This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
This episode is brought to you by Mack Weldon T-shirts, and they have other clothing. But it's time to do a show for now.
Is that the name of the company?
Yeah, that's the full
Mack
name.
Weldon T-shirts and they have other clothing.
.com.
We're going to have to buy that website now.
Yes, we are, yes. And link it to the real MackWeldon.com.
Yeah, this is wiped out any potential earnings we may have made from this ad, but all right, no.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, there's no room for editing, so let's do this.
It's weird that I didn't edit it out, right?
Yeah, right, so weird.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, is my co-host, Nick Mason.
Woo!
Hold your woos for later, Mason. We've got sad news up top.
All right, I'll get one more out.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch built up in here.
It's
I'm
true.
just saying it's Comic-Con week.
Yes.
It's Christmas for nerds.
It is Christmas for
and
nerds.
we're a couple of little Christmas elves, just building some little bits of wooden content on strings that little children can
Drag along the street.
That's
yeah.
right.
Rattling away. The wheels don't quite turn properly.
No, it's always tipping over.
Yeah.
But we tried our best, didn't we?
But by God, does it sort of look like a dog with wheels?
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, sad news.
Sad news,
What do we
man.
got? What do we got that's sad?
Well, Jon Schnepp, who I'm sure you're familiar with, people probably most know him for the Death of Superman Lives What Happened documentary.
Yep.
Which you haven't seen. We've talked about it before.
We have, yeah.
Which is a great documentary about the Nicolas Cage, Tim Burton Superman movie that was cancelled in the 90s.
Yeah.
You can buy it online. Now's probably a really good time to do that. The guy put that together, the director. He works over Collider. He's written a bunch of comic books. He's worked in TV. He suffered a massive stroke, which he never pulled out of. And just at the start of Comic-Con weekend, he passed away. 51 years of age, which is too young.
Too young.
Don't care for it, quite frankly. I never got a chance to meet him. I know you also probably never met him.
Never even came close. But you nearly had a chance
Well,
to meet him.
because I was at Collider for a couple of days, or not, it was like a few hours in total. But
What is it? Is it a couple of days or a few hours?
I went on 2 separate days, and I was a couple of hours each time. All right,
Okay. So that's a few hours.
it's a few hours, yeah,
All right. Over a couple of days.
over a couple of days.
All right.
Yeah.
Story checks out, but only just.
Only just.
I'm keeping a close eye on all your timings this week.
Okay, good. You should, Mason. Keep me accountable.
Thank you.
But he's done amazing stuff for the movie and comic book community. He's always been a big proponent of creators and creative voices and heralding good work of people and building community and fostering positive relationships and representation. He did all of those things. He's a fantastic guy, and just one of those things that should have been somebody worse.
Yeah,
You know what I
agreed.
mean? Let's
Agreed.
name all the people that should have died instead.
Woo! Here
Rob
we go.
Liefeld.
Oh, no.
He's my go-to, but I don't hate Rob Liefeld. I just think it's a funny joke.
That is a funny joke.
Yeah, but actually his partner Holly set up a GoFundMe campaign for his medical bills, because if you don't have medical insurance, as I'm sure people in the US are aware, you can easily rack up a bill of hundreds of thousands of
Oh,
dollars.
for sure, yeah.
So I'll link that below if people want to contribute to help out. Or you could maybe purchase the Death of Superman Lives What Happened.
Yeah, which is a great watch.
Yeah, it's an easy recommend to make. So yeah, absolute top class bloke, and it's a shame that he's gone. But at least we've got Rob Liefeld.
Agreed. Aw.
No, Rob Liefeld's also a nice man.
Seems very nice. Can't draw feet. Not his fault.
Well, you can practice. That's all I'm saying.
No, there's no time. There's no time in this fast-paced comic book industry, all right?
You're right. You're probably right. He was on the Star Wars show earlier this week, which is a Star Wars YouTube show, and he was talking about
And it's
Boba
called The
Fett.
Star Wars
It's called
Show.
The Star Wars Show, all right? It's
Okay,
official.
wow.
It's
Get
got-
in early, I guess.
Get in early. You got to get in early. But he was talking about Boba Fett and how Boba Fett influenced a lot of his work, and Star Wars did, because
Pouches.
pouches, that was one of the things, and Han Solo's cable, and Deadpool is someone else. I can't remember who specifically.
Strap on some jetpacks and some pouches
Yeah.
and some blasters on your ankles or whatever.
Just go for it. But he
Yeah.
was talking about that they got him to draw a bust of Boba Fett.
Ooh.
And no, Boba Fett, and he just drew the bust.
Oh,
No
yeah, okay.
pouches, no feet.
Yeah, right,
I was like,
okay.
come on, lean into what you know,
exactly.
what you're known for, Rob.
Yeah.
But good on him. Also, he said that Deadpool would beat Boba Fett in a fight. I'm like, 100%.
Yeah, for
Because people
sure.
are like, would he? Yeah, he would.
Not even a
It's
competition.
not even close.
I mean, that's assuming Boba Fett even gets to the designated battle destination alive. He probably wouldn't.
That's it.
Probably slip on something and break his neck.
Okay, so the other bit of news up top.
Oh, bit of happy news to cleanse the palate.
Not really, Mason.
Aw.
This is also
What?
not good news. James Gunn was fired from Disney and Marvel and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That was basically what happened is he got in a Twitter spat with, what's the guy's name? Some right.
I'd rather not say,
garbage
to be
human
honest.
being.
Yeah.
I genuinely can't remember.
I know what it is, but I'm not going to say.
Okay, cool. And during that, some old tweets came out of his from 10 years ago, which, in all honesty, they are horrible.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're
Like,
not.
if a friend of mine was like, I'm going to send this, what do you reckon? I'd be like, no. Or if somebody I knew did send it, I'd be like, you should delete that really quickly.
Immediately, yeah. And I don't know whether he had deleted them or not. I think some of them he had, maybe.
I think some he had and some he hadn't.
Yeah. And off the back of that, these all came to light, and there was a bit of kind of like, and he said, look, I apologize for these previously, which he had. And, this is something that, that I'm moving past. And I think you can see that in his movies and the way he conducts himself in public.
For sure,
and
yeah.
that. I don't doubt that at all, but Disney got wind of it, and he was
They
fired.
double got wind of it.
They double. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? There is no way that they didn't know.
And
that
they've
he was this
surely they went, like, unless... Surely a company as big as Disney does like a deep dive on your past before they hire you for anything.
Or watch your movies.
Yeah, I was like,
made.
he used to work for Troma. He directed Tromeo and Juliet, I think, which is horrific.
Yeah, exactly. Super's just a man hitting people in the head with a wrench for 2 hours.
Yeah, it really
There's
is.
more to it, but it's... Look, man, this is the era we live in, I guess. I mean, I whether or not you agree, Disney, they've only done this because it's come to light, obviously.
For sure,
This is
right.
kind of a PR move on their
Yeah,
behalf.
yeah.
And look, I understand it, and they have every right to, obviously, because it's their company. But we were talking before the show, and you think we both think there's a chance that he might...
Well, he might get rehired. Look, my thinking on this is, and we could probably talk about this for a whole episode, but we shouldn't, is...
Now let's do it this episode.
Let's do the whole... Yeah, we've got time.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a big proponent of there's no bad premises in comedy. It's just the execution. You can make a joke about anything if you make it funny enough. But the taboo topic, if it's a taboo topic, it better be a really good joke.
And none of them...
And good.
A lot of them aren't even jokes.
Well, exactly. And I think if I could make based on that, if I could make a blanket rule, I feel it should be like men probably shouldn't make rape jokes.
Yeah, sure.
Because if you're like, no, I'm really making a point. You're not. Oh, I've got the skills to. You don't.
Probably shouldn't.
And
yeah.
but like and. So just like, but at the same time, like I know women comics who've experienced assault and domestic violence and stuff like that, and they do make jokes about that stuff, either in a general sense or like in their specific situation. And I wouldn't say to them, "Hey, you can't make a joke about that."
I'd say that, Mason. I'll step up.
Thank you. If you could, I'd appreciate that. But I wouldn't diminish their experience by being like, you can't say that. You can't.
Well, it's like the Hannah Gatsby special.
Well, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, but I would say again, like a general, men don't make those jokes.
Yeah.
But I think we were saying earlier that he has grown and he has changed. And if you say to someone, and people grow and change, like again, I'm really glad we didn't have a podcast.
Oh my God.
10
can you
years
imagine?
ago.
If you just went through my old texts, I would...
There's some horrendous stuff. And I think we've all woken up a little bit and we've all gone, well, you can't make a joke about that because it's punching down. You can't make a joke about that because it's going to offend people that are outside your realm of experience. So you shouldn't do that. And I think we've all woken up to that. And if you went to people and said, okay, you've made some mistakes in the past, but don't bother changing because people are just going to dredge it up and burn you again. So don't bother. People aren't going to bother. They'll just stay as bad people.
That's absolutely a great point. What I think about... A few things about this which I think are interesting.
Yes.
I think if this was someone like Michael Bay, no one would give a shit.
Yeah, right.
And I'm not saying that Michael Bay has done that.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't really know a lot about him.
Uh-huh.
But I think that there wouldn't be this kind of fallout. A lot of the support comes from people just like these movies.
Yeah, right.
They're good too, which I understand. And the other thing is, if Disney set this kind of precedent, you have to fire Robert Downey Jr., you got to fire Tim Allen,
Josh
you got
Brolin
to
would
fire
have to
Josh
go.
Brolin, you got to fire Johnny Depp. There is a lot of people that you have to get rid of. And also, a bunch of those people, Robert Downey Jr. is a really good example, seems to have come a long way and learned from his mistakes.
He went to prison.
He went to prison.
Yeah.
And he's bounced back and he's a better person for it. So I think, where's the line here? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not saying all those people should be fired.
Yeah.
And obviously every situation needs to be treated individually, but it's just, it brings up a whole lot of other issues.
And I think probably one of the reasons that they've done this is because James Gunn isn't a face.
Yes.
You don't see him on screen. And also I feel probably they have gone, well, we've set the tone for the Guardians movies. We're on the third one. We don't need a guiding hand. Like the director's there to get a good performance out of the cast. And now that they're all friends and they all work together and they've got a good vibe going, you'd be like, well, you can fire him and we'll just put it into the machine and shoot out another one. Yeah. But I think probably that won't work out.
No, I think it's... Yeah, I'm with you. I think they might. There's a good chance they can, or they will rehire him. But then again, they can do what they want, because people say it's freedom of speech. It is, but people can be fired because that is also freedom of speech.
Correct. Yes.
Unless it's discrimination, obviously.
And I think my only other point was that what the bigger aspect of this is that this wasn't some concerned people. Yeah. Going like, I was at a party and James Gunn was horrible and he was the worst person and he said these horrible things yesterday. Yeah. It's a bad faith attack by some people because James Gunn is an outspoken critic of the current political administration.
He's very vocal about it. Yeah.
And some people went, well, let's find any ammunition we can find and just get a mob going and get rid of him. And that now, and because there's no constraints on that and there's no oversight on that. That is a precedent that can be set now for anybody. Yeah. And they can, if you're making a movie or you're left leaning or anyway, you better have an absolutely squeaky clean record and have never made any mistakes. Otherwise, you could be burned.
Impossible.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, like we said, if we had a podcast 10 years ago, we would have said some horrendous things.
And even if somebody just catches you on the wrong day. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. It's certainly something. And what a great way to kick off Comic-Con.
Woo! Solve that problem. Now let's go to Comic-Con.
Actually, we've got to come back to Comic-Con because we've got a little bit of general news up top. Oh, yeah. Because we can't miss out on talking about the live-action Robin Hood trailer that was released. Yeah. Somehow, this got swept under the rug of everything else happening. Huh. I'm trying to hype it up. I'm trying to get people excited. Somebody posted on the Weekly Planet Reddit that there's like 6 Robin Hood movies in the works at the moment.
Terrific.
And one of them's set in 2058 or something.
Robin Hood 58. I love it.
Yeah, 2058.
We should have one set in 1958 as well. He's a man just slightly out of time. It's a man with a bow and arrow versus guys whose guns jam a lot. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I'd watch that. But look, I think this trailer's better than the other one. Uh-huh. But it's Batman, right? They're making Batman.
It's Batman with a slightly wackier and slightly more
Tim Minchin.
Yeah, slightly more Tim Minchin, slightly more Guy Ritchie attitude.
Yeah.
About the same amount of Mendo.
Yes.
Was Mendo in a Batman movie?
Yeah, he's in Rises.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is he? It might be Noah Taylor. Yeah. I'm fairly certain it's Mendo, actually. Uh-huh. Mason, I'm just excited to get another Robin Hood movie, finally.
Are you concerned that... when was the last time Robin Hood wore green? Has Green Arrow...
Like green? Yeah. Like, are you talking... Like, because what's his name? Russell Crowe did one.
Yes.
That wasn't green though, was it? You're talking like lime green?
No, I'm talking any... No! I'm talking any shade... I'm talking any shade that isn't black. Which is what he's wearing in this. Like, has Green Arrow overtaken him as the archer who wears green?
He may have, in the public
even though he's based on Robin Hood.
Yeah, it's very, very possible. Anyway, do we need to talk about this anymore?
Let me think. He's got a nice quilted jacket.
Yes.
I think Jamie Foxx quilts his jacket
for him. He definitely quilts his jacket,
jacket for him.
I think it could be okay, but it's probably not going to be okay.
There's no indication of what the arc is to I think maybe we've talked about this before, but there's no indication of why Robin Hood is doing the stuff he's doing.
Because he's nice now.
I guess so.
But he also he's from the Crusades or something.
But also he still exists within polite society in this universe. Yes. He's got a dual identity.
Yes.
Where I feel maybe I'm wrong, but because it's been a long time since I've read him. But didn't the original Robin Hood just go out and live in the woods?
Yeah, he just ran into the woods.
Ran in the woods. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not the real Robin Hood. You're talking like in the original stories.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the real Robin Hood was probably just a guy who murdered people.
Yeah, he was probably. Yeah, he was probably just the least worst nobleman at the time.
Yeah.
He would behead people, but he wouldn't torture them beforehand. Yeah. So their tales rose up of him being a folk hero.
But by all standards, even standards of the day, he was a terrible human being.
Correct, yes.
Yeah. There's also a Doctor Who trailer.
Saw that.
A little bit of Jodie Whittaker happening. Looks good.
Yeah.
I like the new direction that it took. Did you see on the BBC Instagram, I think, It was a picture.
Why
of...
would I follow BBC on
No,
Instagram?
I didn't. Right. Somebody retweeted it.
Okay, cool.
So this may not be true because it's a screen cap, and you can never trust a screen cap
Correct.
of an Instagram.
Was it all very jaggy? And
it was all very
blurry?
jaggy, and the colours were inverted. No, it was. Who's the Doctor's wife? Whoever River.
River Song. Yep.
Yeah, those two took a photo together, and it said the Doctor and her wife. And then they deleted it, and the second one was the Doctor and an old friend.
Oh, right, okay, yes.
So,
yeah.
They didn't want to be like, people were upset, or they didn't want to upset people.
What? Upset about a female Doctor? I won't hear about it.
But I would say, though, people are generally pretty positive about
Seems
this
that way
trailer.
so far, yeah.
I mean, from all accounts, the things that she's done, she's great. She's a great actor. So
I can see, based on the trailer, there are some things that I think people would be upset about that they would not be upset about if the Doctor was a man again. Like,
Right.
there's a line in it where she says, "Would you all like to be my best friends?" And I think people would probably take exception to that. But I can imagine Capaldi or
He would definitely
or
say
Matt
that.
Smith or whatever say, "Can you be my best friend?"
I can't imagine Tennant saying it.
No.
Or
but
Eccleston.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I can see Matt Smith saying it, but
Yeah.
I can also see people getting mad at
right.
Jodie Whittaker for saying it. Like, the Doctor wouldn't say best friends.
Maybe, though.
Yeah.
It depends on the version. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying also.
That's what I'm saying.
We're both saying the
What do
same
you think?
thing.
We get a little. We've seen the new Sonic screwdriver. What do you think about it?
Fine.
Okay.
They're all fine. I don't.
Okay.
What color is it again?
No, it's weird and sort of organic. It looks
Is
like
it?
looks like it's got a hook to it. Looks like Count Dooku's lightsaber.
Is it like a little Loki scepter?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I have seen it, but I don't remember it.
Okay, right.
Is it yellow?
Yeah, it's got some yellow to it. I think.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm a big
don't
fan.
like it.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't like it.
You like the more traditional.
I think they maybe should have, if they're changing everything else so dramatically, I feel they maybe should have kept the sonic screwdriver quite similar.
Okay, fair enough.
Point of
Well,
reference.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
Nothing.
What, Mason?
Start a petition.
That's a good idea,
Isn't it, though?
I'll sign it. I'll retweet it.
Give the 13th Doctor a normal lightsaber.
lightsaber. Just a regular lightsaber.
That's what I meant.
Just cutting Daleks in half.
Yep.
I'd watch that.
Sorry, I meant give Jodie Whittaker a normal sonic screwdriver, normal as defined by me, a guy who watches some episodes of Doctor Who.
Okay, what do you think about this though?
Yes.
So David Tennant or any of the Doctor Who's will reverse the polarity and kill a Dalek, and they'll explode. But would one take a lightsaber and cut one in half? Because it's got a little meat sack in there as well.
Yeah. So what happens when you reverse the polarity?
I don't know. They go backwards or something. And
But they don't die?
No, but he's killed a lot.
That's what I'm saying. He's killed heaps of them.
Yeah. So what's the difference?
There isn't one. It's complete. It's the same arbitrary decision making where Batman won't kill a ninja by stabbing the ninja, but he will blow up their hideout and kill all the ninjas.
You know who else will kill a ninja?
Who's that?
Robin. But we'll get back to that in a minute.
Oh, woo!
Okay, now it's time for Comic-Con.
All right.
Now all that. Oh no, one more. There's a live-action Rugrats movie in the works. Apparently.
I don't care.
You never found
It's
that
not
show?
my wheelhouse. I was more of a Rocko's Modern Life guy.
They were like the same era of TV
I know, but I
shows-ish.
just missed them.
Yeah,
I just
okay,
missed
fair
out
enough.
Rugrats.
There's also a new series. Have you seen the Rugrats characters?
I want a Rocko's Modern Life live action. I want
They brought that back.
I want Jay and Silent Bob coming into kind of a lot of comics.
Okay, fair enough. But they did it. They'd not live action, but they brought back Rocko's Modern Life.
Didn't see it.
It's an even more modern life, if you can believe that.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's all good
Oh,
stuff.
But they're on their phones all the time.
Probably on their phones too
on their
much.
phones, yeah.
Isn't everybody though? Don't you think that's a good reflection?
I think so too.
That's really clever.
Yeah, I agree.
Man,
Yeah.
Rocko's bloody modern life.
Yes.
Am I right? That's what
You're
they should
correct,
call
yeah.
it.
Yes, exactly. Good.
Comic-Con.
Yes.
It felt like a bit of a flat weekend. There was some good stuff, but what do you think?
As opposed, what has happened in previous years that's blown our
I
minds?
don't know, there was just some bad news up top. There was no Marvel. There were some good trailers.
Because did Marvel have Infinity War last?
Infinity War, and I think they showed it, but they didn't release it.
Yeah, and so people went crazy.
People
And
went crazy.
All we got, the general public, was that weird. It had been filmed on a phone at such an obscure angle. It was like a quarter of the screen, and it was completely blown out and blurry.
Yeah.
And it was just people just screaming, just screaming as lights flickered, and we're like, looks amazing. Does it? All right.
Looked amazing.
Yeah.
But no, I still think there's some good stuff to come out of this, but they just seem to be a bit of a kind of It's a bit of a dark cloud over this whole thing.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm
guess
just
so.
imagining it, Mason. Maybe it's
Yeah.
just me.
Maybe it's because you've been awake for 16 hours doing.
I feel good,
doing
Mason.
trailer
We've talked
breakdowns.
about this.
Claire
thinks I'm manic. You probably think I'm the same, but
Yeah, a little
I'm
bit.
getting some help.
Yeah.
Mitch is helping me with one of the trailer breakdowns.
You were like, look at these shoes I got.
They were too small, Mason.
I know,
I need to
get it.
return them.
I know you should.
I will.
Good.
I just think it's.
Good. Don't leave poorly
I'm not a
fitting
size
shoes.
6. I just think I wouldn't have picked that.
Oh.
I may be a manic version.
Look, mistakes
of
are
me,
made, all right?
Okay. First one to talk about, I think, there's sort of an
excited.
order to this.
Here we go.
But Glass.
All right, yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan's back in a big way, in a lot of ways. He's bringing a shared universe to Comic-Con. I actually just watched Unbreakable. I was going to talk about what we're reading, but bugger it, I'll do it now. It's good. It's kind of quaint and small, and
Yeah, right.
it's very of its time, and there's a reluctance to and a silliness to talk about comic book stuff in there.
Speaking of, I rewatched some of the first Spider-Man.
And?
It's not good.
Wow.
It's not.
It is. I like it.
It's not good. It's weird and primary colored, and I get what they're going for.
Yeah.
But there's so much weird, empty space to it. Like it's a world lacking detail.
Okay, fair enough.
And everybody's 35
Everybody's
in high
35,
school.
yeah.
And the Green Goblin looks terrible.
Yeah,
so bad.
That's always been. I've always thought that.
Yeah.
Great casting of Willem Dafoe.
Oh,
though.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. But back to Unbreakable.
Yeah, I thought it was. I didn't mind it. It's very of its era, like I said, but it got me more interested in this trailer. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, now
Yeah, right.
I'm on board for this. And having seen Split, which you haven't seen,
No, I haven't seen it yet. No.
I mean, but Split's barely any. It's not connected at all till the end, and when they go, Bruce Willis is here.
Now, in what context? Spoilers for Split, I guess. In
Sure.
what context is he here?
At the end,
Yes.
after James McAvoy and all these personalities get away, they run into the night. He's in a diner, and he's like, "Now I'm Bruce Willis." That's what he says. He's just
No, you've
sitting
provided.
there.
If anything, you've taken away some of the context. Who's in the diner?
It's just him.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, apparently he shot it for free,
Uh-huh.
thinking that if this does well, then they'll finally get the Unbreakable
He'll
sequel.
finally get some more work.
Okay, you know what is terrible about the Unbreakable, the original one, because
Yes.
that's what it's called. You're right about the ending, because he tells Bruce Willis, or he gets found out that he's been causing the accidents, and then it goes, and then he went to jail because he's a
right.
bad guy, and that's
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I have many problems with Unbreakable.
And
but-
also, the heroic moment in that movie is, and the musical swells up where he finds the kidnapper, he goes to the house.
Falls
and
into a pool.
He falls after he gets out, and there's heroic music playing, and he just sneaks up on him, and it's just 2 minutes of him choking a man to death while heroic superhero music
That's pretty funny. I like
thunders
that.
around
That's
him.
pretty good.
It's great.
Da-na-na-na.
That's really what it is.
Wow, that's pretty good.
So, but I enjoyed it.
And the other problem I
it.
always have with Unbreakable is that
You can see guns in
well,
people's...
but also that Glass doesn't have a corresponding power in the other direction. Because
Yeah,
that that's always his contention,
Yes.
that because he's so weak, there must exist someone on the
Yes.
other end of the spectrum that's super strong.
Yeah, right.
And that guy also has supernatural powers.
Yeah.
So why doesn't Mr. Glass have supernatural powers? And they're kind
No,
of
he's got
selling...
the opposite. He can't sense a gun.
Oh,
He
yeah!
does have it. He's
Even
got
if
the
it's right in
opposite.
front of him.
Yeah, he can't sense
Yeah,
it.
he's the man without... He never fears a mugging because he can't see a gun. Oh, I'm waving at you too, sir. Hello. Now, I guess this trailer for Glass is selling the premise that his superpower is he's superhumanly intelligent.
Yes.
Which is fine, I guess.
Well, that's like Lex Luthor, isn't it? He's not the opposite of Superman in the sense that
Yes.
he can dig really well instead of
Yeah,
fly. Is
right.
digging the opposite of flying?
Yeah, digging, yeah.
I thought so.
Like a mole man.
Like a mole man. But no, I think we should do an episode on those two films.
Yeah, okay,
I
all right.
think,
I'll
just
rewatch
before
them.
I don't know what any of these are called. Glass, whatever it is. Yeah, but no, I think it's an interesting universe, and I also think it's interesting that I don't think this was ever supposed to be a sequel.
No, absolutely not.
You know, they've talked about like this is the sequel people have wanted for 18 years, and no.
Right.
I think it's good. It's getting a sequel, but I don't think it was.
Okay, now can you predict based on this trailer? Can you predict? Is there a twist coming? Do you think?
There's definitely a twist coming.
What potentially could it be?
Someone's going to have a superpower. It's going to be revealed that someone else can.
Do you think it's the psychologist?
It might be.
I think it might be.
But do you think they're going to go...
Or
Because
psychiatrist, I'm not sure what she is.
whatever. I feel like Bruce Willis's superpower also... I'm not sure what the rules are of this universe yet, because James McAvoy, when he transforms into the Beast,
He has superpowers
his
sometimes.
physiology changes.
Right.
He's stronger and bullets ping off him and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where the line is. Can someone just fly? I feel that's too far.
Yeah. I also am curious because if you say, for example, if the idea is that they have all ended up in this mental institution,
Yeah.
how is it that they've never tried to, say, inject one of them with an IV or with a syringe, and it just hasn't broken off? Because David Dunn is bulletproof and he's never been sick.
But he's only but is he bulletproof?
Yes.
I don't
He's
think
unbreakable.
He is. No, but I think he can be killed. But there's a lot of it is also luck, and I think the opposite is not just you're stronger. I think it's a bunch of other factors.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's actually bulletproof.
He survived a train crash.
Yeah, but that could have just been he was
Coincidence?
just sitting in the right spot.
Okay, right, all right.
Because the opposite might be, and that's what I don't know about this universe also.
That's true, yeah.
But
Maybe
also-
that's what we'll get in
Yeah,
this.
and James McAvoy is only sometimes bulletproof.
Yeah.
So, and other times he needs insulin because one of his personalities is diabetic or something. I don't. You know what? Well, now maybe this isn't a good universe.
And Glass is just a guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
so
just a guy
terrific.
in a wheelchair. So that's all great.
I'm sort of I'm interested to see how this is going to play out, but I'm sort of
I don't think it's going to make any sense.
no. Because the power dynamic is way out.
Yeah.
Unless
But you could say that of Superman and Lex Luthor.
yeah. But I'm not going to say that about Superman and Lex Luthor because he is smart enough to.
Okay. You could say that about Captain Boomerang and the Flash.
I guess you could say that about Captain Boomerang and the Flash.
That's not a good pairing, though, is it?
No, I guess maybe it could be the psychiatrist and Glass teaming up.
Yeah, right.
It could be look. I think it's an interesting premise because we've had superhero movies for so long.
Yeah, right.
I do like the idea that this is a burgeoning area of psychiatry. People who think they are superheroes. I think that's an interesting premise.
Well, I think it's not.
Whoa!
No, I think it is.
And I'm also very willing to. I think it might be how it might go is that her ability, she might have an ability. I don't know. I've seen that actor so many times, but I don't know her name.
Sarah Paulson?
It is Sarah Paulson, is it?
I don't know.
From Ocean's 8?
Yeah, from Ocean's 8.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
Google it while
if you could
keep
Google it.
talking.
Okay, tune out from what I'm saying and Google the thing.
Easy to do.
So
It is Sarah Paulson.
I'm thinking, is it potentially that her character's ability is she can create illusions and she's put them in some sort of illusory asylum? But that's not a particularly clever original concept, is it?
No.
Yeah.
But are any of these things?
They are not.
Yeah. I also love that Bruce Willis is just stuck with his superhero outfit, a raincoat.
Right? Yeah.
Not a good thing to fight in either.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, good on him.
Anyway, woo! I'm kind of excited for this.
Yeah, woo. I also woo.
Yes.
Next up we had Sony. Now, Sony, they fucked this up. Look, I think they revealed a lot of interesting
We're not going to say what it is. Insert whatever property you're thinking of, and they really did.
No, it seems like that they had a good panel overall,
Yes.
but they didn't release any of it. And I think you need to give people something, and they didn't. So I
Okay.
think Warner Brothers struck a good balance that they showed two versions of the Aquaman trailer, one in-house and one out. They didn't show Wonder Woman, but they also released other stuff. So whatever. So I think, but Sony had Into the Spider-Verse stuff. They talked about Nick Cage is in it. John Mulaney's Spider-Ham. Which I
That's
think is a great
terrific.
choice.
Good.
The Venom trailer was apparently received very well.
But that hasn't been released, right?
Hasn't been released.
So this is new footage we're not aware of.
Yeah, but they
How
also
dare
But they might be releasing. They might think that it's going to get swept under the rug of Comic-Con, and maybe they're releasing it with Mission Impossible or something like that.
Yeah, right.
I'd imagine we'd see it soon. But the details from the trailer is that Riz Ahmed is Riot. That's who he's playing.
Yeah, okay. Because we thought he was going to be...
A Carnage or
Yeah, right.
another Venom. I don't know. I don't know who's who. I don't know which
Yeah,
suit
right.
it's what. There's a no white spider logo on the Venom suit, which makes sense because he's not linked to Spider-Man. It's not in the Spider-Verse, but don't rule it out in the future. But I think that's because they're waiting to see how it does.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Fantastic Four wasn't in the X-Men universe, but it might have been.
Yeah,
but then
for
it
sure.
wasn't because it was bad.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's also not confirmed as R-rated as of yet.
So it won't be.
Oh, what? Look, if I was Sony
Yes.
and I'm not.
I guess there's some very. I guess there's some
I'm just
very.
a man, Mason.
That's true.
I'm the opposite of Sony.
You are.
If
If anything, Sony, the corporation, has more rights than you do.
Yeah, in a way. Who was talking then? I can't remember.
No, I can't remember.
Were you saying something?
Yeah, we're both saying things. No, I've lost the thing that I was going to say.
How about I'll say my thing?
Okay, you say your thing, and then my thing will
While
magically...
I'm talking, you just think of your thing.
Okay, cool.
You don't have to
Easy.
listen. Okay?
Easy. All right.
So I think they shouldn't... If this is meant to be R-rated, don't cut it into PG. Whatever it is, if it needs to be R-rated, do so. Take a little bit of a hit on the box office, but you've established a property that people like.
Yes.
And from that, you can spin off PG properties.
Yeah, okay, that works.
If you get one...
Like Carnage, PG Carnage.
Exactly. Or you do your Spider-Woman or whatever they want to do. You do one good one.
Yep.
The first Iron Man didn't make $1 billion.
Correct, yes.
So if you just do a solid one, keep it R-rated or whatever it needs to...
That's a good advice for life, and just generally. Just do a solid one.
Yeah. I think that's the smart way to do it. You will definitely take a hit.
Yeah.
For box office, but I think long term that's probably the smart
Yeah, that's a good idea. The thought I was going to have was that I guess in a lot of cases you can trim an R movie to PG fairly easily just by taking out blood spatter and somebody getting stabbed through the head and
I feel like if
the 2 F-bombs you're allowed or whatever it is.
But if your movie's made that way to be able to trim it out,
how good could it be?
Exactly. I think you're coming at it from the wrong direction, to be honest. I think that's why the Wolverine could be better than what it is, because it's kind of... I feel like they kind of filmed it that way, and then for the special edition, they went, now there's blood.
Yeah. Whereas with Logan, if you took out the stabbings through the head, there's no movie left. There's no movie. So
it's just a man looking at himself in the mirror. Yeah. Really sadly.
Just sad about his limo job.
Yeah, that's right. He got a 3-star review. Brutal. Yeah. I don't know,
just
man.
give me a 1.
But no, look, we'll see.
Yeah.
Spider-Verse I'm excited for, and Venom is a movie.
I'm not super excited about Spider-Verse.
Really?
I mean, I like that it's
Phil Lord
animated.
and Chris Miller.
Yeah, all right.
You love their solo movie.
I don't know. It's just something about it. I guess because it doesn't tie into any... I mean, it ties into every universe, but at the same time, it doesn't tie into... It's a standalone one-shot kind of thing. I don't know. It doesn't...
Well, you liked Batman Lego. It's Batman, but it's
I didn't
Lego.
love it. I thought it was okay.
But you liked it.
I did like it. That's true.
And that's the opposite of loving. So
that's true.
Your Mr. Glass.
Yeah.
Good. Right, what do we got here? Bumblebee, they didn't show any footage to the public, but they did open with a live rendition of You Got the Touch with an 80s...
Wow. Stan Bush, an 80s Stan Bush?
No, he was there, yeah. It was crazy. And they had like an 80s retro images of Bumblebee and, like laser lines behind.
I love laser
line art, whatever it is. Yeah. It looked great. I didn't see any of the footage, but that was enough for me to go, all right.
Okay, all right.
So well done on that one.
You've tricked us with nostalgia yet again.
Yeah.
Good work.
I don't even know if I like that movie. I don't think that I do. But
the animated one from the 80s.
I need to watch it again. Yeah, you like it because it's nostalgic. It's the only piece of nostalgia that affects you.
That's right. Yeah. Too much though.
Just
nothing but tears. I don't think I can watch it again.
What do you think of Bumblebee though? Like in general, do you think you're still like jazzed?
I'm still jazzed. Yeah.
Good Transformer character for you.
Yeah.
Do you think it's Optimus primed for a good opening weekend?
I think I'm going to sideswipe some cars on my way to the cinema.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why? Why don't you just leave a bit earlier and then...
No, I'm going to rush and I'm going to cause some damage.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I think this could be good though.
Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. Apparently somebody was saying that that's in the trailer that we've seen, that's not Starscream, it's Blitzwing.
Blitzscream?
Yeah, Blitzscream.
Why does it look so much like Starscream?
That's what I said. I think maybe it's because if they're trying to tie this together into the existing continuity.
No, it can't be Starscream.
Can't be Starscream because he hasn't arrived on Earth yet.
Yeah, that's
but maybe
fine.
he has. I don't know if we've...
Well, we didn't think Bumblebee had.
Yeah.
But apparently he's been killing Nazis or whatever. Yeah, fine, whatever.
Yeah,
Oh man, I'm going to have to change my trailer breakdown video.
I would hope it's still... Well, I haven't seen any confirmation either way. But it's Starscream colours.
Yeah.
It better be bloody Starscream. I'll tell you that for free, mate.
Well, this is all new information to me, Mason, and I'm going to take your word for it. Okay. So it's not Starscream. It's
Allegedly.
Blitzkrieg.
Blitzwing.
Ballroom Blitz.
It's the Ballroom Blitz.
Gotcha. Okay, so there is TV news. We're not going to go through all of it. But let me just stay up top. There was stuff for the CW. Krypton's going to get Lobo. The Walking Dead, it's Rick's final season. Iron Fist trailer was apparently good. I don't know if I watched it or if they released it. Either way, I haven't seen it.
Neither have I. I think maybe it was in a package of larger stuff.
Okay.
Maybe.
They did release a trailer that I saw where he was fighting in an alley, but that might have been before. I don't know.
It could also be from any number of the other
Could have been
Netflix
a fan
series.
film.
Yeah.
I don't know. Black Lightning's coming back. Gifted's getting a season 2. Swamp Thing is apparently not connected to Teen Titans. It's just if you have anything specific to say about any of this, please stop me.
I was going to say going back to did you say HBO's got Lobo? Who's got Lobo?
No, Krypton. Krypton's on
Krypton's
Sci-Fi.
got Lobo. There we go. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fun.
Yeah.
Thin Lobo or Big Lobo? It'll be.
You got to do Big Lobo.
But they won't do Big Lobo because who are they going to get?
The Rock.
They cannot get The Rock.
Jason Momoa.
They're not going to get either of those people.
Oh, no.
And they can't CGI a big because it'll look
Ron
ridiculous.
Perlman.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, right.
He doesn't do that much TV, though, does he?
And also, I don't think he's that big.
No, he's not, is he?
No.
Is he gruff enough?
I guess they could do it with camera tricks.
They could do it with camera tricks and just put him in a big jacket.
But I think they're much more likely to do Thin Lobo, I feel.
I don't like that.
No, neither do I.
I think you need a big Lobo.
Yeah. He needs to be big and all over the place with his limbs all about.
Yeah.
On a big old space hog.
Big space hog.
It's like a chain. He's whirling a chain.
That's right. So he's riding a pig, wielding a chain.
Yes.
That's how we all remember him.
Correct.
That's
Thank
what
you.
I want. Also, Batwoman is getting a series from Greg Berlanti,
Yeah.
who does all the other stuff.
Uh-huh.
I don't watch any of this anymore, but good. It's good. That CW. There's so many different universes, but Swamp Thing's not connected to Titans.
Yep.
Which means it's probably not connected to the CW. And neither is Titans, because Titans is doing a whole other thing.
I did see the new season upcoming. I'll start that whole sentence again. I did see a trailer for the upcoming new season of The Flash.
And
you won't believe it, there's a new speedster in town.
What?
Yeah.
Is he faster than they thought the Flash could be?
It's his daughter from the future, so it's XS.
Oh, okay, so it's not a...
But I think also there's enough that we see a grim hooded figure. You don't see their face, but they're in a hooded. Maybe it's David Dunn from Unbreakable. Oh, no. But you see him and he sits down at a table and he brings out like a lightning bolt shaped piece of metal and he puts it on the table and then it glows a bit and some lightning comes off it. And I'm like, well, he's probably another speedster. I mean, who else could he be?
He could just be selling very nice magnets.
Oh, that's a good
very
point.
Very powerful
actually.
and nice magnets.
Oh, yeah, okay. I got some stuff needs to be put on the fridge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't think you should put a magnet that shoots electricity onto your fridge. I mean, you can do what you want, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're going to burn your
house
that's
down. That's gonna stop me going for those midnight snacks.
That's
am I
true,
right?
actually.
I'm being burned by lightning.
I hear you, Mason.
I'm dying here. Sorry, can you?
Oh, we didn't woo for Sony.
No.
That's a noise. Yeah. That's my noise.
I mean, what are they?
What about Bumblebee?
Yeah, woo! I'm excited for Bumblebee. Yeah,
a little bit there.
But I mean, like, what else has Sony given us? You know what I mean? There's no
mini discs.
They did give us the mini disc, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah. They probably got a PC player that plays media files that's no good. It's just complete junk. And when you download something, it not accidentally, they sneak it into a bunch of other files.
Yeah, they sure do. Yeah. And then you can't
get rid of it. It defaults to everything.
Ugh, yuck.
So those are the things that they've given us.
They sure brought us those things, yeah.
Yeah. Do they own the music store Sanity? I feel like they might, but maybe they don't.
They may
might be a different thing.
They may own the regional Australian music store Sanity. That's correct.
But I thought this would be interesting to talk about. Hey, buddy.
Hey, mate.
Are you throwing the ball?
He's throwing the ball for the dog.
Nice. That's Mesa, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
He knows who you are.
He knows who I am.
Buffy's getting a reboot. Mm-hmm. Joss Whedon is involved. The news is...
not good.
That's fine. It's all good. The revised... It's Claire's mum's out there looking after my son. Mm-hmm. I'm telling Mason because he doesn't know who that is.
There's a lady. She's robbing your house, James.
This revised take will...
She's just gone right in your house.
It's fine, Mason.
She's put your TV in a wheelbarrow. She's taking it out. I'm serious. I don't know who this lady is.
It's Claire's mum. She always takes our TV. It's a tradition.
All right.
The revised take will see a black actress take on the lead. I think this should be a sequel. I think they should set it in the same universe.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they could. Maybe they are.
Well, isn't there I believe there is in addition to the spin-off comic books.
I'm just going to let the dog in. You keep talking.
Isn't there also a comic book series set in the far future that is also tied to the Buffy universe?
This is your area.
I say that as a question. I know there is, but I can't remember the name of it.
Okay, so yes, there is.
You've gone crazy, dog. Sit down.
But do you think it matters whether that exists?
No, for
that
sure.
doesn't
But I
affect
think
this?
I would much prefer a continuation.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, it's.
You got all the characters. You got Niles
Yeah.
or Giles. You got Xandar.
Yeah.
You've got the one from American Pie.
Yep.
You've got David Boreanaz.
Correct.
Who else you got? You got Spike Lee. You got them all.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got Alison Hannigan's husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
That's it. That's all I've got. Wesley was his name.
Weslow. Yeah.
Weslow. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but also it's I guess it's a function of nostalgia for me. If I see this reboot, I'm sure I'll be like, no, it's not as good as doesn't have the character of the last, doesn't have the blah blah blah, right? But I'm sure it'll be quality wise, it might be as good or better.
Yeah, but nostalgia, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but also
that's your other nostalgia thing.
Yeah, I know. But also I feel like maybe I would prefer as opposed. I'm torn. I guess because if you want to pitch it again towards, because I watched it in high school, if you want to pitch it to high schoolers again, you don't want them to be all burned out middle-aged people again.
Oh no, I'm not saying that they should star in it.
Yeah,
but I'm saying they're kind of ushering in the next generation.
The next Buffy.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
Oh, but then how do they make it? How do they make it Buffy again?
You can pass on the powers.
No, but I mean, is it another teenage girl called Buffy?
Yeah, sure. Or I don't know. I don't know anything about this universe. How does this isn't there one a generation?
There's one a generation, but okay. So there's what happens initially. There's one a generation, and when the previous one dies, the powers are passed along to the next one. But in the TV series, and so that's what happened in the movie. It was given to Buffy, who was a cheerleader, and she's I'm a bubblehead, whatever. And then in the TV series, which is sort of a continuation, Buffy briefly dies. At which point another Slayer is activated because the magic went, okay, well, she died. Yeah. So we'll...
is that when she goes to heaven or something?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, no, actually, no, I think it isn't. I think she only dies I think she dies early on. She dies like for 5 seconds.
Whoa.
Or a minute. I think she drowns briefly.
Whoa.
She comes back.
David Dunn.
Exactly. And then another Slayer called Kendra arrives in Sunnydale because she's the replacement. And then Kendra...
Does she know what's going on when she arrives?
Yes, she does.
Do you get the knowledge?
You don't get the knowledge, but you are approached by a watcher who tells you the knowledge.
Wow, so in that 4 seconds that
she
was
exactly.
dead.
She got a ripper of a training session. Yeah.
Wow.
She just did it at a pump class. It was so...
Bang it out, mate.
Just bang it out. Exactly. 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And then I think Kendra dies and she's replaced by Faith. So for most of the series... There's 2 Slayers, and at the end of the series...
So they both have the powers, though?
They both have the powers,
okay, so it can be passed.
Because it turns out that the potential... Like, there exists in the world potential Slayers, all of whom have the power in them, but it just hasn't been activated. And at the end of the final season, every potential Slayer's powers get activated. So there's a whole bunch of Slayers with the superpowers.
Because it's that's like a break glass. There's a lot of vampires situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Is that when David Boreanaz is like, look, it's a dragon? Or
that was before he was like, look, there's a dragon.
But they become friends, don't they?
Yeah, they become friends, yeah. Apparently you do see a snippet of the dragon.
Okay,
so I've been informed, but I do not recall that at all.
I bet it's no good. I bet it's better than the Iron Fist dragon.
Yeah. Yeah.
There better be a bloody dragon in that new series.
Bloody dragon. Better be all dragons all day. Anyway, where were we going with this? What's our final judgment call on the Buffy reboot?
I think it should be the show that I've never watched, but I think the smart play would be to continue it.
Yeah. I think it should be a continuation. We get a new Slayer who is also inexplicably called Buffy. That's fine. And
Whatever.
the Watcher is Charisma Carpenter.
Who's that?
She was the nemesis of Buffy in the first couple of seasons, and then they become friends, and then she becomes like Xander's girlfriend.
Oh.
Cordelia is her name. She's like the hoity-toity one.
Very good.
Yeah.
Nemesis, like school nemesis?
School nemesis, not
regular nemesis.
Not regular nemesis.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. But then she joins Angel's detective agency in Angel.
Gotcha.
And maybe she's dead now. I can't remember.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter, does it?
No, not important.
Great. But the big bit of TV news that came out of the Comic-Con is the Teen Titans trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let me just say it confirmed a couple of things that you were questioning.
Yes.
Can you throw the R?
Can the chest emblem on Robin's suit come off and be thrown as a deadly throwing weapon? The answer is yes.
100%.
Definitively. Called it.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't call it. I said, do you think it will be?
It was
I
a
didn't
question.
Say, it was a question. Yep. Thank you to everybody who tweeted at me to say that they also didn't know the answer. I appreciated it. That is what I requested.
Did you get tweets telling you?
So many. Hundreds.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, now people know.
But also, here's the thing, though. A further question. We know it can be thrown, but does he have like a magazine of them in his chest? Does he pop one off and the next one springs into place?
That's a good question.
Or does he only have the one and then once he throws it, he has to go and retrieve it?
I think he only has, or he's got some at home.
Maybe he has some at home.
I think he's only got one.
If you know,
that's a good question. Tweet at
Let
Mason.
me know if you know, yes or no.
And then when you do find out, when you definitively
I don't want to know the answer. I just want to know if you know or don't know. So yes or no. Does he have a magazine of ours in his chest, or does he not have a magazine? Do you know?
Good question. But the big the big thing that came out of this trailer
is that this ain't your granddaddy's Teen Titans.
There's a scene where Robin kills 30 people in an alley. Let's say conservatively it's 10.
Are we saying conservatively that he kills them, or does he just beat
He's
them up really
stepping on
bad?
necks, he's stabbing people. Doesn't
right.
he make people shoot other people?
Probably,
I only
yeah.
watched it once. There's broken bones and necks and stuff. And then someone says something about Batman, and Robin says, fuck Batman.
Yes.
And I think this is a classic example of you've taken the wrong idea about dark and gritty here.
Yeah, absolutely. Or this is a dream sequence.
Could be.
I am willing to bet a very small amount of money.
Wow.
That this, because he doesn't.
You don't have a lot of money, so that means a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, by comparison, this is a large amount of money. Also, I'm very small, so the note itself will be very large.
Oh, I look forward to seeing that.
Because the rest of the trailer, he seems like more or less a kind of a.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't get a sense of it.
Just based on the
Is
looks.
he Damian Wayne-ish as well? Is that what we're doing?
What I feel has happened here is they've given. He's supposed to be Dick Grayson, the first Robin.
Yes.
He's got the badass demeanor of Jason Todd, the second Robin, and he has the suit of Tim Drake, the third Robin. So I think they've just gone.
But he's also a killer, like two of those.
Two of Jason Todd and Damian Wayne, the fourth Robin. Yes.
Yeah, if it's the dream sequence.
Because what the rest of it seems like he's kind of a mentor figure, and he seems quite reasonable for the most part. He's given some scholarly advice, some fatherly advice. I get the sense this might be a dream sequence.
It should be.
And then he goes, and I've gone too far here.
After he's murdered everybody?
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I guess I'll watch the first one.
Yeah.
But I'm. This is not for me.
Just because of the attitude?
No, even if it didn't have that in it, none of this.
I think some of the characters look great and some less so. I think Beast Boy looks alright.
It's not. It's a mix.
Or Changeling, whatever he's called now. Thank you.
Maybe he changelinged it. I don't know.
But it does look. Look, I think it might be a better series than the trailer is giving us, which I know is unlikely.
But you've said before that if you don't have enough footage to make a good trailer from what you've got, what is that?
What is it exactly?
It
can't possibly be.
Because it's not like there's limited footage in this.
There's a season of this supposedly. Yeah.
No, but I mean, even in this trailer, they show a lot of stuff.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, man. Anyway, do you know?
Yes.
Let Mason know on Twitter. Yeah. The other. Look. Sorry to do this to you. I know you said I said that there wasn't going to be any more Star Wars news.
What a relief. What a relief, because it's Comic-Con time. It's time for comic and movie-based news. I love talking about comic book movie news. The dog's loving it too. Dog's fired up about
the dog's...
I've got some backup. Oh, wait, boy, are you warning me about something? Is that why you're barking? Also,
She's a girl, Mason.
Hey, girl, are you warning me about something? Because I thought there was no Star Wars news, but you're barking up a storm. What's going on?
Okay, so this is good news for fans of this series, the Star Wars series.
Oh, no! There was Star Wars news trapped down the well. That's why you were warning me, dog.
So Clone Wars got cancelled when Disney was bought by Lucasfilm. And it was replaced by Rebels, which is set in the same universe, but it's years later. And a lot of the characters did return. But they've confirmed that they're going to do a minimum, I guess, 12 more Clone Wars episodes. Original cast are coming back. People love this series. So, and I think it's also gone a long way to appease a lot of people who aren't happy with Disney.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people who love this show but don't love the new movie. So I think it's a good move.
Does it sound like all the original cast about it?
Yes, I think I said that already in the sentence of what I was saying.
Nah, you didn't.
I did.
No, you said a lot of the characters came back for Rebels.
No, and then afterwards I said
I didn't listen to that bit. I was
might not have
formulating
said
my
it.
thoughts.
You've made me doubt myself. And I never doubt myself.
Yeah.
That's why I'm the best.
but are you the best? Yeah, there we go. Look, I watched this trailer, and having watched no Clone Wars ever, I felt nothing.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
It felt clunky. It was weird. And there was a bit where a character showed up at the end and was like, been a long time. What do you think about this? And I'm sure people would have been like, woo! But I'm like, I don't care who you are.
She's good. She's in Rebel,
right.
so
Okay.
I like her.
All right.
That's
Now, is this going to be... So is this then going to be a
Oh,
continuation?
sorry, Buffy. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, whoop, whoop.
Okay.
You're right. Maybe I've felt fewer massive woos for...
We got some big woos coming though.
that's what I feel.
What about Teen Titans? Boop, boop,
yeah, they're about the same level
boop,
of Buffy.
boop.
I'm willing
That's
to
a
give this a
boo.
go. I'm willing to give this a go just because the costume looks pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, all the other costumes look bad.
Some
but
of them-
Robin's looks good,
Okay.
and I'm willing to give it a go based solely on that. I don't know why.
Yes.
Maybe
So-
it's my nostalgia for Tim Drake Robin.
Definitely.
Again, the Robin we're not getting. Is this Clone Wars? Is this going to be a continuation of Clone Wars and Rebels, or is it going to be set between Clone Wars
No,
and
set
Rebels?
during Clone Wars.
Okay, right.
Because they never got to finish the Clone Wars. They wrapped up a few of the storylines in comics and books.
Right.
Darth Maul runs the Mandalores and he's like, I'm in charge now. Everybody listen to my
see.
legs, my robot legs.
Uh-oh. Yeah, nice.
That's what he does.
Nice.
But no, I think it's a good move. And I think I've been meaning to go back and... Because apparently my brothers told me, the one you don't like, that the first 2 seasons aren't good. And I'm a big fan of not watching something if it gets good in the 3rd season.
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
I'm not pushing through.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's one of those things where watch this one, watch these 3 episodes, skip this one.
Okay.
So I'll probably do that at some point.
Righto.
For content's sake, Mason.
Love
Anyway,
content.
where's your woo at for this one?
No, 0 woos. All right, just for sake of everybody, like for the people out there, woo! They're
Yeah,
fired
there
up
he
about
is.
it, but I'm not fired up about it.
Oh, no.
I'm not against it. I'm not going back.
No, you're not. You're not going back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mason, I know you're fired up for this in a big way.
Here we go. I'm ready.
Mason, our sponsor for this week is Mack Weldon. You might know them from their smart designs, premium fabrics, and simple shopping.
I know them from this Mr. Coyle hoodie that's right in front of me, right here.
Yes, you do know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All their products, though.
I'm touching it with my feeties.
Oh, very
Ooh,
good.
so soft.
Don't put your feet on my hoodie. Not that it matters, because it's so naturally antimicrobial.
Yeah, you can have my extremely microbial feet all around. Look all around the hood area where your face would go.
Oh, yeah, it's okay, though, isn't it?
It's okay, though.
I'm
Yeah.
not happy about it.
Naturally
like, visually, it's
antimicrobial.
off-putting.
But from a medical perspective, you'll probably be fine.
Yes, that's right. Well, what does antimicrobial mean, though, to you?
Reduce,
And literally, mate.
eliminates odors.
That's right. You can wear a t-shirt for longer than you'd be surprised that you could.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
That's their slogan. So it's got to make sense.
It's gotta
You
make
could wear a t-shirt for longer than you think you could.
And I used the word surprised in there as well somewhere. They're also comfortable.
I agree.
And if you don't like your first pair, they want you to be comfortable. You can keep that and they'll refund you. They don't ask any questions. There's no follow-up questions there. They'll just take it back or give you the money back. They'll give
it's
you the
that
money
one.
back and you keep it.
That's right.
That's what I said.
Also, great range of colours.
Great range of
Sort of,
colours.
they rotate them in and out.
Yes.
And I always get on there and I'm like, ooh, they've got a new green. Like,
I have many of their t-shirts. I'm happy to say that in this sponsored post.
Great.
But I would also be happy to say out of it. They're a good fit. They're a slim fit, but they're not like a weird tight slim fit.
Exactly.
Yeah. But they don't only do t-shirts. They do underwear, shirts, socks. What else do they do? Jocks, as in underwear. I said that, didn't I?
Hoodies. Tracky
Track dacks. Sweatpants, I believe they're called in the US. They're good for working out, going to work, going on dates, just everyday life. Go to macweldon.com. And if you want 20% off...
Ooh, they do a jacket now.
Do they?
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh, this looks good.
Hold up so I can't see.
It's like a nice charcoal track
Oh, that
jacket.
is good.
Looks
Hold
very...
it up so the listeners can see it.
See it, everybody. Look. Oh, that looks nice. It's got a chest zip on there.
Do you want 20% off, Mason?
It's got some side entry pockets. Charcoal heather.
Do you or do
Total
you...
eclipse.
Do you or do you not want 20%
Well, if
off?
we're going to bloody buy this jacket, then yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's already reasonably priced, but if you use the offer code
It's very
PLANET,
reasonable. Yeah.
then you get 20% off.
Very
so
nice.
if that was $100, which it may or may not be, I have no idea, that would only be $80 because of percentage off.
Yes.
So that's macweldon.com, promo code PLANET, 20% off. And you can take that to your cupboard and put it there. and then when you want to wear it, you take it out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Put it on.
Now, in this instance, you're putting it in a cupboard, not a wardrobe.
Well, where do you put your...
No, in a kitchen cupboard. You're right. You're not wrong there.
You know what's annoying? I'll tell you this.
All right, here we go.
Since I've moved into my new house.
Yes.
We moved in November.
Oh, it's so annoying moving into a new house.
Sometimes actually when I go at the back at night, when I take the dog out
Yes.
before she goes to bed, I just look up at my house and go, I'm fucking done it. I got a house. Like, it's the greatest. It took me long enough. I've lived in a lot of rat's nests.
Yep,
But I'm just really happy. Yeah.
Good for you.
Until something terrible happens.
Also, that's such a suburban dad
Isn't
thing
it
to
just?
do. To stand outside your house with your dog and look back at the house and go, I did it.
This morning, I was up so early that I went upstairs and and there was a really nice sunrise and I took a photo.
Wow.
So that's the kind of human being I've become.
You put it on the gram or what?
Not yet, but I guess I have to now.
Yeah, you gotta put it on the
I
gram.
hate myself, Mason.
Uh-huh. That's the spirit.
I'm also really terrified that it's all going to go away. That's why we're going to do ads forever. Even if we've got more money than we know what to do with.
Yep.
We're never going to stop.
And what's the ETA on having more money than we know what to do with?
4 houses.
Oh, terrific. All
Paid
right.
off.
Wow.
Yeah. I want 4 different houses I could stand out the back of and go,
Wow.
I've done it.
Terrific. Oh, you know what you want? You want them in a... You're
want
gonna
them in
have
a row,
You're going to have
yeah.
to buy all these neighbouring
Fine.
houses. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then stand right in the middle and just be like, and do a Sound of Music twirl and just be like, I've done
I'll
it.
get 4 around me then.
That's
How
what I'm
about
saying.
that?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Not
saying.
in a row.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like a boma.
Yeah, like a bone.
That's why I lived in Tanzania. I used to live in Tanzania for a bit. It's not a big deal.
yeah, we get
I've
it.
been
God.
abroad, Mason.
God.
I don't like to talk about it.
Ugh.
Okay. Warner Brothers, though, I think had the biggest panel
Yes.
of the panels. Maybe because a lot of it was Marvel weren't there.
Yes.
But I think genuinely, really good stuff here.
I agree.
I think there's a few things that didn't necessarily land, which we'll talk about. But I think the trailer that's come out of Comic-Con that people seem to be liking the most is Godzilla, King of Monsters.
Yes.
Godzilla is King of Monsters, isn't he or she?
I agree, he or she is. I mean, the A at the end would suggest she.
But
Everybody calls him a he. Yeah.
But also the one from the Matthew Broderick movie. Is that a he or a she? I mean, it's asexual. We know
Reproduced asexually.
Man,
Yeah.
what a world.
Produced both sperm and eggs, one would assume. So both a he and a she.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was in the 90s, so that was very
It's
progressive.
very progressive.
Yeah.
And it was also very dated because it had Matthew Broderick in it
Yeah.
in 98.
That's very true.
What a contradiction of film.
Isn't it
of
though?
things in
What
a film.
what a revelation. Let's go watch it
Was it
again.
97 or 98? I
it was
can never remember.
98.
I think it was 98.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what's got people excited about this trailer? Aside from it just being a good trailer in general, and maybe Sarah Paulson's in it, but it might be Vera Farmiga.
Might be Vera for me. Millie Bobby Brown is certainly in it.
She's British.
Is she?
I know.
Bloody hell.
I know.
Here I was thinking Tessa Thompson was British.
But she's not
She's
British.
not British.
Or she is.
She's not.
What do we decide?
She's definitively not British, but a lot of people thought she was.
I thought she was British too.
Yeah.
But it's got people talking because it's bringing in Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Rodan.
Oh, Rodan.
So it seems like Vera Farmiga is all like, we should awaken these titans to cleanse the earth. But it seems like she just wants them to smash up everything. And then
yeah.
Godzilla's going to be like, not on my... I'm a big dinosaur.
That's right.
Is that the expression? Is that the Godzilla catchphrase?
His fire is blue, so maybe he's a boy.
Oh, of course.
But maybe he doesn't conform to the gender binary. So
Well, it
he's-
also, blue and pink weren't always...
That's true.
boys and
Virgin
girl
Mary
colours.
blue.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe he's from an era in which
That's
girl,
what I'm
blue was a
saying.
girl. She was from an era
That's
where
what I'm
blue was a
saying.
girl's color.
I think Dugo did an episode
They
on
did,
this.
yeah.
So
They did.
That's
Yeah.
worth checking
Let's
out.
ask them.
Let's ask them by listening to that episode.
Okay.
But, no, I thought this looked great. Did you see any fighting, though?
No, and I think also perhaps look in a previous episode, I pondered whether they're going to introduce Mecha Godzilla into this universe, and
And we got a lot of responses.
we did get a lot of responses, and a lot of people are like, "Well, they'll probably use nanotechnology, they'll probably use a thing, or they'll clone a thing, or whatever." And I'm not saying how they would do it in a narrative sense. I'm saying how would you justify it in a world that is ostensibly the real world?
Yes,
like
okay.
Howard, and a few people did say Elon Musk would build one. And I'm like, yeah, he probably would. And it wouldn't work. It wouldn't get off the launch pad, but he
No,
would build it
but
and
he'd take a lot of credit.
take a lot of credit for it. They'd be like, oh my god, Rodan and Ghidorah, they're destroying the city. And he'd be like, well, that's all right, I've built a Mecha Godzilla that is gonna... And they'd be like, oh, it's all right, regular Godzilla just got him. And he'd be like,
I still built it.
yeah. Hey, Godzilla's a pedophile.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but what I think I'm going with is
How do you justify it? Yeah.
How do you justify in a universe that is ostensibly real that you would build a giant robot Godzilla and not just build a missile?
Yes.
Which is what you would do.
Or trick it into a giant rocket ship and throw it
Yeah, that
into
would
space.
work as well. Look, and I think maybe... I feel this trailer, they're really leaning heavily into silly.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's bad. I'm quite...
Yeah.
It's...
It seems like they're taking it very seriously, though.
Okay, right.
Like, the seriousness of the silliness is...
Yeah, I guess
Well, Kong's silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's the same universe.
That's true. But I think maybe they're like... You know how with Man of Steel, it was ostensibly the real world, but Superman was in it. And then as they went further, they're like, this universe is even sillier and sillier and sillier.
No, they did that in one movie.
They did it in one movie, yeah. But I think maybe that's what they're doing here. They went, okay, well, we've got a real world Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
But we need to put in more monsters, so let's make it more cartoony.
Yes.
So
Okay, fair enough.
that's it. So maybe by 3 they'll have a Mecha Godzilla.
They're building up to it.
Yeah.
Well, 3 is... Well, the next one after this will be Godzilla King Kong.
Yes.
So, yeah. No, I think this looks great. I think there's a good chance it's going to be very good. This shared universe has just kind of snuck up on us, which I appreciate. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
it. wasn't... They didn't beat us over the head. I actually just started last night rewatching the first Godzilla. I got about an hour in. I'm going to finish it tonight.
Godzilla 98.
98. Yes, that's right. Sorry. Godzilla 2014.
The first good one.
I know when you say the first Godzilla, people are like, well, do you mean the original? No, I don't mean the original one. I mean the 2014 one. Obviously. I would never watch the original one. Not in a million years.
Suck it, Toho,
Yeah.
the producers of the original Godzilla movies.
If it was the last piece of content on the earth, I would read a book.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This sounds like it's approaching a Twilight Zone scenario where everybody in the world dies and you're like, finally, time to watch all the DVDs I want. And then a meteor falls in the DVD store and you're like, oh no, the only thing that's still there is Japanese monster movies from the 50s and 60s. No.
I'd still just read a book then.
All right.
Yeah. Next up, we had Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Gay Wizard Hitler.
Mm-hmm, yep.
Now, what was strange about this paddle? And you may not have heard about this because it got zero press.
I saw a photo of it. I think I know where you're going with this.
Johnny Depp tried to Loki it up.
Oh, I didn't know about that part.
Oh, really?
I knew that Ezra Miller dressed as Princess Peach.
See, that... No, it's Toad, I think. Did you do Toad?
Whichever, it doesn't matter.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Probably Toad.
He dressed as a Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So he didn't hear this. So Johnny Depp came out dressed as Grindelwald and did a speech to the crowd.
Oh, I didn't hear about
And
this.
then he disappeared.
In a puff of smoke?
I guess. But you didn't hear about it,
No,
right?
absolutely not.
That should have been big news.
And I'm supposed to be paying attention to
You're
this
supposed to
sort
be
of
paying
thing.
attention. Do you remember when Tom Hiddleston did it as Loki? People went fucking crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
People still talk about that as a high
He
point.
took photos with the kids
Yeah.
and stuff, and people were like, look at it, he's so good.
Way to misread this entire situation, Warner Brothers.
Yeah, right.
People don't like Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
People are barely tolerating him being in these films.
Yeah, right.
Most people aren't at all.
Yeah.
And you wheel him out? I guess
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
safer than putting him on a panel. Because
Yeah.
because everyone else is on the panel. Did you read that interview with him on Rolling Stone?
Yes, I did, yeah.
That
Did we
dude
talk about
is
that?
coked up, punch drunk, mad.
Yeah, yeah.
Just, yeah. No, we
Allegedly.
haven't talked. Well, they did say that he took a lot of cocaine. in the
Okay, right,
article.
uh-huh.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't-
That's a wild... Apparently he's spending like $2 million a month or something like
Yeah.
that. Like, it's wild.
That's crazy.
And he it said something like, and this is because he was a let's divert into Johnny Depp for a second.
Yeah.
He was a successful actor, but not like monetarily successful.
Yes.
And he was just doing kind of like indie stuff.
And then he'd do a Nick of Time every now and then.
Exactly, and he was just kind of doing that. And then he jumped onto the Pirates of the Caribbean bandwagon, and then at some point he's earned $650 million from some
Yeah.
staggering figure from all this stuff, and he's broke now, or he's on the verge of being broke.
Yeah.
He's living month to month or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a.
I think
being
it's-
attacked by the dog.
Oz, get off. Move over. Just push her. She'll...
Yeah. Oh no, that's all right. She's fine.
Okay.
Like apparently he went to Thailand and he bought 110 suits or something like that. Like it's just
What are you
he's just
doing?
spending like crazy. This guy.
You don't need you need how many suits? You're a clothes guy.
Yeah.
Realistically, how many suits do you need?
Well,
Not how many do you have? 'Cause you
140.
probably have 100.
Look.
But how many suits do you need? You need a wedding suit.
Yep.
Can you use that at a funeral?
If it's charcoal grey,
If it's charcoal
for sure.
grey, sure.
Yeah.
What else do you need?
Interview suits,
Interview suit.
which can also be charcoal grey. You
Yep.
need one suit,
Yeah.
basically.
And you need a few variations on suit pants.
And guess what?
assume.
Johnny Depp doesn't need any suits because he's in the movies.
He's all bandanas.
It's exactly.
That's all he's got. He
That's
just
right.
Wraps himself
He just
in
wraps
bandanas.
himself like a bandana mummy. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Like they want and maybe it was
Think it through. Get Jude Law to do it.
That's the thing. Maybe it's a damage control thing. Maybe they're like, okay, well, if we dress him up as the character and he does some character stuff, people will enjoy that. But that's absolutely right. Like if they got Jude Law to dress up as if they got
Youngledore.
because the what seems to be the case with this, at least for some of it, it seems to be like, the core of it is this meeting between Dumbledore and Newt.
Yes.
And if they came out and they did like a little skit or a bit
little
of banter, it'd blow people's mind.
Yep.
If you were like, but hey, guess what, guys? Here's a little bit of exclusive in-continuity banter.
Yes.
That would be people would love that.
But they didn't do that.
They didn't do that, did they?
That's a great idea.
Thank
you.
you.
You just thought of
Just
that.
thought of that right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't lean into Johnny Depp for anything.
No.
You are playing with fire.
Yeah. Somebody was saying on Twitter, they did a little bit where somebody was like, "Oh no, you've drunk the polyjuice, whatever it is,
And now you're
potion.
permanently
Now
Colin
you're
Farrell."
permanently Colin Farrell, exactly. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That being said, I think this trailer looks really good.
it does. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm well on board.
I think there's less Dumbledore and Newt than I was hoping for. I think maybe they just have a couple of meetings or whatever. I enjoyed the bit where the throwback to the Harry Potters where you see his greatest fear and it's working in office.
Yeah, that's my greatest fear.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, mate. That's going to resonate with some people.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Also, I think Johnny Depp is actually good in this trailer because he's kind of creepy. And,
Yep, right.
That's what
Agreed.
the character's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. But I really like the Jude Law casting. I've talked about this before, but I think I don't think they've nailed that casting previously.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
But that is spot on.
Mm.
Yeah. Doesn't he just invoke the spirit of Dumbledore, those books that you've definitely read?
Yep.
I knew it.
Yeah, right.
I knew you felt that way.
That's right. Yeah.
That's why I said it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so is that dog attacking you?
No, she's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. What else do we get in this? What happened to Ezra Miller at the end of the first one?
He escaped.
Okay, right.
He turned into a black smoke.
Okay, but he didn't die, so that explains
he got a
why he's
haircut
back.
at least.
Yeah, right.
I wish they had made him have that haircut again. The worst haircut in cinema history.
Yeah.
But there's also, those horses that you can only see if you've experienced death or you've had
yeah.
death close to you. So Harry Potter can see them and a few other kids can. But
So who else? Who is seeing them in this?
well, I guess
Is it Newt?
We can see it as the audience.
Oh, what?
Yes.
That's part of the sketch.
I guess
We're adding that in.
I think Newt's.
We trot some horses in
Yeah.
on the Comic-Con stage. Some pantomime horses. And they're like, look, everybody, it's Death's horses.
That's also. What else was I got to say?
Who sees them, though, in the trailer? Is it Newt?
No, Johnny Depp's riding them. I think he escapes.
Oh, I see, right.
And he's like, the wizarding world should have more haircuts like mine or whatever.
Right.
We see Nicholas Flamel, which is a nod to the first Harry Potter, because the first Harry Potter is called the Philosopher's Stone, except in the US it's called Sorcerer's Stone or something. Right. Because imagining having to look up or know what a philosopher was. I think they grossly underestimated the intelligence of Americans.
Oh, absolutely,
with that,
yeah. Uh-huh.
With that. But he created that, and that's why he's immortal.
Oh, I see, right.
That's the guy,
So
yeah.
having seen that movie, but not for a long time,
Yeah.
we don't see that character.
We don't see him, but at the end it said that he's sick of being old and he's going to die. So he's
Right.
going to destroy the stone and kill himself.
Okay, great.
So, yeah.
It is a children's movie, so
That's
makes a lot
right,
of sense.
yeah. You get that coin-stealing gopher,
He's
which
back.
I enjoy.
Fan favourite, the little platypus thing.
Yeah, it's not a gopher or a platypus. I can't remember what it's called. And I like that it does feel more Harry Potter than the last one.
Okay,
and I guess
right.
because you get more Hogwarts. You've got Dumbledore, obviously.
Yeah.
But it feels like even the magic they're leaning into is definitely more Harry Potter. And I
Okay.
quite like Fantastic Beasts. I thought it was smart the way they didn't go too Harry Potter.
Yep.
And again, they took a little bit of a hit. It didn't do as well as the last Harry Potter.
Right, okay,
Because
yep.
they're building up this new franchise and these new characters. Because I didn't even think I'd like Eddie Redmayne, but I thought he was
I
great
also
in
didn't
that
think
movie.
I thought I would hate him, but he was good. And I also enjoyed the fact that it's grown-ups doing magic.
Yes.
Professionals.
Yeah, they don't
Why else would you be training to be a wizard unless at some point you're going to do it
do some magic big
and
time.
work in a magic office, you know?
Yeah. Or not, because
Yeah.
you're afraid
Exactly.
of magic officers.
All the supporting
You want to live in a suitcase.
Yes.
That's the dream.
Exactly.
Actually, my fear is living in a suitcase. That would be...
Oh, living out of a suitcase.
Or even...
Traveling magician.
Styles, yes.
Well, all the supporting characters are back. Queenie. The guy that works in the bakery.
Yeah.
The uninteresting lady.
Yeah.
The love interest who's
The
not
love interest,
interesting.
yeah. She's all right. She's an Alien, Isolation, Resurrection, whatever the last one was.
Terrific.
What was it? Alien.
Covenant?
Now there's real ones.
Covenant,
Yeah, Covenant.
yeah.
That's the one.
Now there's real ones.
Because there wasn't real ones in the previous one.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, this is.
If you ever release a hip hop album, it should be called "Now There's Real Ones."
You better. It sounds like a Kanye West album, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But no, I think this is going to be great. Mm-hmm. I think it's still David Yates. Has he did the last? It might not be David Yates.
These are not questions that I'm capable of answering.
Because the guy who's directing this, he directed the last. Yeah, it is David Yates. He directed like the last 6 Harry Potter films, or just movies in this universe. I'm fairly certain. So this guy's just been killing it, and nobody notices. You know.
Well, I'm sure he's taken his millions and going home. So
yeah, he did Order of the Phoenix, which is when I feel like these movies started to get good, and he's done
right.
every one since. So. Good on him. This guy's killing it,
Good on
mate.
him.
He's having a good time.
Good
Maybe he didn't do all of them. I don't know. He's done a lot of them. He's done more than you've done. That's
yeah, I know.
certainly
That's
true.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind me saying that, actually.
Well,
Is
I
that
mean,
okay?
yet,
Yes.
yet.
Oh, sorry. No, he did. He did Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince. Oh, sorry, he didn't do 4.
Yeah, see?
4's a good one, though. He did Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, Deathly Hallows 2. He did Legends of Tarzan, which I don't think is terrible.
I've seen 5 minutes of it.
And it's fine.
Seems fine.
Then he's done the Fantastic Beasts of Gay Wizard Hitler. So that's good. I'm excited for this.
Me too.
Now, Mason, we got to talk about Wonder Woman. Oh, yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
That's a man who can't woo.
Oh, imagine him in Hall H.
Yes,
you know what
that's
I mean?
Right. If you're on, can we get that going next year? That's going to be the new thing.
I tell you what, folks, if you're a listener to this show, you're somehow making an Hall H.
Hall H.
The
People
the
say,
main hall.
why do you say H? It's my accent. This is how I talk.
I go back and forth. I'm not sure which one's correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, it's not the way we say it.
No, for sure. But if we could get somebody in there next year who, when everybody woos,
Yeah.
just screams like they're being murdered,
Please.
that would be great.
What about Godzilla? What do you give that? Big old woo?
A big old woo.
Me too.
I didn't love it as much as I don't feel the anticipation as much as I felt with the previous one.
Do you remember that trailer?
Yeah.
That's a sick trailer.
Do you mean the one where they're at the?
I mean 2014. I don't mean any other one.
You
Mason.
don't mean the one.
I don't mean the original.
Where they're in the museum and they're like, "The T-Rex."
That is a
blah,
good
and then
trailer.
the foot comes through. The Godzilla foot
It's a
comes
good
through.
trailer.
Yeah,
It's a good trailer. All right.
But I mean, it's lessened by the fact that it should have been the big Godzilla stumpy foot.
Yes, I
and
agree.
not the big hook. Should
does
have been the
have-
big round stumpy foot.
He does have dumb feet, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Or she.
Thank you.
Okay, Wonder Woman 84. They didn't show anything, which I'm okay with because I've just started filming.
But we did get Chris Pine in a lovely apricot number.
Oh, very good.
Like an apricot suit, if I recall.
How many suits do you reckon he's got?
He's
probably got 10 and an apricot.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably got 10 and they just send him one for every event.
Yeah,
And
cool.
he just gives them to charity or something.
Patty Jenkins said that this is not a sequel, but a whole new movie. It's a completely different movie. It's not more of anything.
It's a sequel, though, isn't it? So, yeah.
I mean, I understand where people are saying it stands alone from the other ones.
Yeah.
I have a DC theory that I'm working on for a video. I'm not going to get into it.
Oh, hello.
But this all leans into my theory, Mason.
I'm ready.
That you're a dumbass. Got ya.
Theory confirmed.
But it seems good. It seems like I like the 1984 setting, whatever
Hey,
it is.
if you like laser lights shooting around in the background
I do.
and Volkswagens and neon and apricot suits, I think you're...
Then you'll love X-Men, the one that was set in the 80s.
Yeah, you will.
Because there's other ones in it. Not the Wolverine one, which might be set in the 80s. I'm talking about Apocalypse,
From
maybe.
context, it's clear what you meant.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Though they didn't explain Steve Trevor coming back.
Yep. But why would they at the Comic Con
exactly.
panel?
Why would
What if they were like, oh yeah, just to be clear, we've had some questions on the internet. Just to be clear, it's a clone.
Yeah, it's a clone. Yeah. Nazis
Anyway,
got him at some point. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if Nazis got him, then it's Bucky all over again.
That's true. They couldn't have got him.
Yeah.
Okay. They could have at least told us where the Nazis got him.
It's
I think they could have clarified that.
Yeah.
At least give us something. Let us know where the Nazis
Again,
got him.
I'm willing to bet a very small amount of money that he's been reincarnated and he gets his memory back.
Well, it's that kind of magic universe, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think Dr. Fate's going to be in this one, supposedly.
There you go. No, I don't disagree with that.
And then he's going to turn evil because he can't die again.
That's true. Mm-hmm. What do you think? What do you give this as a woo?
I mean, woo, but if I'm not saying anything.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But for that apricot ensemble, woo!
Woo.
Big fan of it.
All right, but the two trailers that are the big comic ones that were released. First off, we had Aquaman.
Yes.
Which people are a little lukewarm on, Mason. I haven't asked you what you think of it yet. What do you think of it?
It's a little bit by the numbers, which I understand. I understand why they're doing that because they're resetting. Are you going to do that voice for the rest of the podcast?
I might have to, Mason. I'm stuck in it.
You're committed to it. Oh, no, now I'm committed to it
I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy
this is a shame. This is really... Oh, this isn't working, but it's kind of fun to do it, isn't it? And we're out.
I'm not.
No, I thought I was out too, but I'm not. You brought me back into it because you're still in it.
Sorry, keep going.
I'll let the dog out.
All right. Who let the dog out? Mason did. He's letting out the dog. Who let the dog out? The dog's out. There she goes.
She's gone.
What do we got?
Yeah, Aquaman. All right.
Yeah, look, I don't think it's a groundbreaking trailer.
Or a groundbreaking poster. Should we talk about the poster as well?
I don't have a problem with it. It's not...
No, I mean, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
James Wan has come out and defended it, I believe. Just give us a little bit of floaty hair so it looks like he's underwater.
You know what the problem is?
It looks like he's at the front of like an aquarium. Looks like he's in front of a fish tank.
But everybody expects every poster to be Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, whatever.
Yeah, they're not all going to end the world.
Most of them are not good. I can't even remember any recent posters.
Did you see the Cyborg poster I made?
Yes, I did.
I put it on Instagram. I've done it in the style of the Aquaman poster.
The gram!
He's it's Cyborg on a pile of garbage in space, and I've surrounded him by the toasters from the After Dark screensaver.
Did you make this on your phone?
Yes,
amazing,
obviously. And I've used the tag. It's good. I've used the tag. His famous catchphrase: "You should probably move." And
he should probably. People
should probably move.
Yeah.
Anyway,
oh man,
I had fun with that.
Yeah, I bet you did. Mm-hmm. Well received,
more or less.
It must have been.
Didn't go as viral as I thought it would.
You know why? Let me tell you. Because nobody knows anything about this character.
Yeah,
you picked the wrong character at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but people are saying that this just looks like a Black Panther or a Thor ripoff.
Oh yeah, right.
There's Phantom Menace because it's all underwater stuff.
It's not the greatest cut together trailer in the sense that there's clearly some dialogue in there that's been put in for exposition's sake that won't be in the movie. There's at one point Mera says to Aquaman, "Your half brother." Like it's clearly been put together.
Yeah.
Like your half brother's coming back, and he's gonna take the kingdom. Like it's clearly like no. First of all, nobody talks like that. You don't have to say your half brother.
So if you were saying anybody, you'd just say his name.
Yep.
Or you'd say your brother.
Your brother. Like we don't need that amount of explanation in a trailer.
No.
And it just makes it clunky and weird.
What I do like about this trailer, I think the underwater effects of them just being underwater and talking, but the hair's moving.
Yep.
I think looks quite good.
Yep.
You know, there's some wider shots where people are like, oh, it's so much CGI. Mm-hmm. It's an underwater city. What are you supposed to do?
Well, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not like the end of every DC movie where they're standing in a grey field and there's fire and smoke and lightning.
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
That's unnecessary.
Yeah, I'm gonna start it up real quick.
Yeah,
no
worries.
Some things we missed.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I did a things we missed thing. You can
name a thing I missed.
Oh, okay. It's I've got nothing.
Look, I like that they've committed.
Just watch the video.
Thank you. I like that they've committed to Black Manta.
Yes.
Look,
Lean into it, mate.
Sorry.
Lean into it, mate.
I mean, it could have looked ridiculous.
Yes.
And it kind of does look ridiculous, but they've committed to the look, and it's got gigantic heat vision lasers coming out of the eyes, which I don't believe is part of his power set.
No, that's Aquaman tech. Oh, I mean Atlantis tech, I think.
Actually,
yeah, because apparently Orn, his half brother Mason, in case you didn't know.
Oh, so
his half brother is putting technology. Mm-hmm. He helps him out with a suit.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, pretty good.
I mean, they do the whole, like, the origin of, like, the bullies being like, hey, why don't you kiss a fish, you dickhead, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's
But I don't want to kiss a fish.
And then, but, you know, he's Harry Potter because he's magic, whatever.
Yeah.
You've seen the first Harry Potter with the snake. It's the same.
Right, okay.
It's the same scene.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Oh, there's friendship and brotherhood and people leaping into the water.
Yep, there's a lot of that.
Mera's hair is very red.
It's so red. Is it too red?
It's very red.
Is it too red?
I like the Atlantean steeds and such.
Yeah, right.
Like they look great. I think the sharks would finally have some laser beams on their heads.
Yeah. No, haven't you seen Austin Powers 3? They already have that.
Yeah, they do. That's true.
Yeah.
I like this. There's this red and blue battle sequence that looks pretty exciting.
That's because you know who's fighting who.
Yeah, exactly.
Red
That's
and blue.
right.
Apparently, Black Manta, he's got like a crew that he works with. It's not just him.
Oh.
So I'm assuming those are the guys from the start, and they come back.
Don't mind this kind of crustacean monster man.
No.
Looking pretty good. Don't mind that. Do we end with a quip? Oh, we end with them leaping out of a plane. That's fun.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna live through that?
No, they're gonna die.
I like taking him to the desert, though. I like that idea
Yeah.
because he's out of his element.
Also, a thing we got there, cheeky appearance by your friend Lee Winnell.
My best mate.
Our friend Lee Winnell.
Well, you didn't meet him, Mason. He's only
No,
one of
look.
our friends, all right?
Oh, God.
I
damn
met
it.
him.
All
He
right.
was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good at interviewing, but he's talked enough, and that was I appreciate that.
That's the spirit.
He didn't shoot me down because I don't know what I would have done.
He didn't shoot you with a gun.
No, he didn't shoot me with the gun.
So does that mean he's a recurring character in this franchise, or
know.
is he a
For a second,
supporting
I thought
character?
it
Or
was,
is he just appearing for 1 second?
I don't know. I think you have a minor role. For a second, I thought it was Rise Darby.
Yeah, right.
Because he's got puts on that kind of voice, and he's the kind of guy who'd be like, "What are you doing jumping out of a plane, mate?" It's your character.
Oh, what? Is my character just a cheap impression of Reese Darby?
It might be.
Yes, it is.
It's Reese Darby. It's not Rise Darby.
It's Reese.
It's definitely Reese, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So,
Anyway, woo! I'm excited for that.
me too.
I don't think that's the greatest trailer in the world.
No.
And I think maybe that's partly because we've been waiting for months and months and months for this, and nothing could have...
Well, Batman, Superman, he's been cast for a very long time.
That's
Remember
true.
Unite the Seven?
Yep.
I talk about it in my trailer breakdown, but he means 7 undersea kingdoms. That's what that poster meant.
Is that what it means? Even though I believe it was on all the character posters.
No, it wasn't. I checked that.
Really?
I thought
Okay.
there were a lot of fan-made ones, but yeah, I was like, I thought that was... I know what's happening.
Okay, right.
Yeah, but I still think they just threw it out there and went, let's just
We'll figure
make
this out
something of
later,
this
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't think they planned that far ahead.
There's 7 of heaps of stuff, so we'll pick something that's got 7 of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll just hope for the
Go
best.
from there.
Mm-hmm.
I like they're going to have an underwater battle for the crown, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I like that Patrick Wilson has his hair tied back high and tight. You're underwater. What are you going to do, Mason?
It'll get in your eyes if you don't make it
Yeah,
high and
exactly.
tight. That's going to be to Aquaman's disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because he refuses. He wants to let that hair flow. It's going to get in his eyes.
I'm not sure. I don't know how this is going to go with Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I quite liked him in Justice League,
Mm-hmm.
but I do like the contrast between him. He's just kind of this thug idiot, and it's this amazing, beautiful, complex, and delicately built society. And he's just like, I like beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know whether it's going to work. But
It's a real fish out of water scenario.
no, it's a fish in water. No, it's a bird in water situation. There you go.
Nice.
Does that work?
It's a man in water situation.
Yes.
It's a real man in a water situation.
Yeah.
I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, I think I
mean, there are a lot of people have pointed out Black Panther similarities in the sense that it is a king.
Yeah, but
and-
this
and
is
his-
the Aquaman story.
Well, that's true. And
This is the new 52
exactly.
run, yeah.
Like I was thinking that with this trailer and Shazam, which we're going to talk about in a second,
Yeah.
that a lot of people are going to go, well, this is a bit, this is shades of this film and this is shades of this film or whatever. But I mean, that's all comic book
Yes.
properties. It's just a reworking of stuff that's come before.
classic
Of course, we're going to have, he's going to be bullied as a kid and then he's going to
Yeah.
rise up or whatever.
Do you remember
because
when
that's-
people were like, Black Panther is the Lion King? People were saying similar
yeah,
things
right,
about
exactly,
that.
yeah.
So, yeah.
And I mean, this is a character.
Yep, that's it.
That's
You've
it.
done
All right.
it,
Yeah,
Mason.
thank you.
Also, this is clearly
That's the insights that people come to this podcast for. This is a character.
Well, all I'm saying is this has been in the works longer than Black Panther because they had that Unite the Seven poster.
Yeah.
So it's not like they weren't laying the seeds and they definitely knew that they weren't what they
Absolutely.
were doing. What do you give it as a woo, Mason?
Woo! I'm fired up. But thank you. But also, Aquaman, the character's been in the works longer than Black Panther.
That's true,
so,
actually.
Yeah,
So you're saying get rid of Black Panther.
that's what I'm saying.
All right then, Mason. What else we got here? Shazam.
Shazam!
Last thing to talk about. This is the trailer that people seem to definitely prefer.
Mm-hmm.
I quite liked it, but I do have some issues with it that I didn't bring up in my video, but I will talk about
Oh, I'm
now.
fired up about this.
But
Okay.
why don't you tell us what you think first?
I liked it a lot. I think it's pretty. Looks good.
I like that it's filmed in real places.
Me
It
too.
looks like
yeah,
a real
location.
Like there's nothing spectacular about the cinematography and the way it's shot or
Yep.
anything like that.
Uh-huh.
It looks kind of like the Amazing Spider-Man from 2012
Yeah.
in that sense. But
Zachary Levi gives off a very Ed Helms vibe to me.
okay, I can see that.
Um,
A goofy, fun-loving.
yeah. Again,
Doofus.
we've got a. I liked the two characters playing the Billy Batson and Freddie Freeman. I thought they
Agreed.
were good.
Yes.
Uh,
It's a kid from It.
Oh yeah. I think if they're going to be doing any sequels to this, Freddie Freeman's going to be Captain Marvel Jr. at some
Yes.
point. So it's good they got a likable.
Well, if you watch my video, Mason,
Oh yes.
at the end of what is it? At the end of the New 52 run,
Yeah.
Shazam's all his family, and they all get.
Oh,
this is again-
Shazam fam.
Yeah, this is again like Aquaman. This is Jeff Johns because he was at DC.
Yeah, right.
Both of these are Jeff Johns stories.
Yes.
That they've pushed forward. Yeah, he shares his powers, and they beat up Black Adam.
Okay, cool.
But Dr. Savannah's doing the Black Adam thing in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because The Rock's making skyscraper movies.
Oh yeah. So wait, what's going on there? Wasn't. So The Rock is not Black Adam anymore. It's
Oh,
just
he
not
is,
going to
but
be
he's
in
just
this.
not in this. But I think he'll
right.
show up. I think there's a chance that he'll show up. Yeah. And Dr. Savannah's he's not a superpowered character. He can like see, you probably know this, he can see magic, but he's like a grizzled up old man.
Yes, but in this he's Mark Strong.
Yeah.
And we see him, he does catch a punch from Captain
Yes.
Marvel. Well, we should talk about that. I think potentially in this movie he may have telekinesis or something like that.
Yeah, right, okay.
So I think maybe that's the sort, because they have to make him, because Captain Marvel initially was a very obvious rip-off of Superman, and his
And Superman was a rip-off of somebody else, probably.
Dr. Thaddeus Bodog Savannah, which is his middle name. Little fact for you there. He's very much a carbon copy of
Bodog!
of Lex Luthor. So I think
Yeah, right.
if they're going to bring him to the screen, they give him a little something extra, and I think it's probably telekinesis
Yeah,
if you
okay.
can. But also, I think what I think maybe we're seeing in this trailer is that maybe as Shazam, he's only as powerful as he thinks he is.
Like
Because-
he can't fly because
Yeah, because we see him fly up the skate ramp
Yeah.
and then fall down and go, ow.
Yeah. It shouldn't
But
hurt him.
later he's bulletproof.
Yeah.
So I think maybe either his powers are developing as he uses them,
Yep.
or it's like Marvel has a character called Gladiator who's only as powerful as his confidence allows him to be.
Right, yes,
so when he
yes.
loses confidence, his powers dip. So maybe that's it.
Sure.
Maybe he in this universe, his belief in himself gives him that power.
Okay, to
that power
go.
boost. Yeah,
To get up and go.
exactly. Because
Okay.
why would he falls like 20 feet and he's supposedly injured, but then the bullets bounce off him later. So.
Yeah, exactly. What I do think... Okay, this is where I think the trailer falls down for me.
Uh-oh.
And there was something... Because I showed Claire, I'm like, is this right? I think there's a real disconnect between the kid Billy Batson and Shazam.
Did you know Claire's dogging you on Instagram? She's putting up Instagram
I
stories
saw
of
that,
like,
I know, yeah.
of like, James is making me watch these things. He's an idiot.
I know she is.
There's something wrong with his brain.
I know she is. But what I'm saying is, Mason. Claire, if you're listening.
Yep.
They don't seem like the same person. That kid is all sassy and like, I hate family. And then when he's
like,
adult,
"Whoa,
he's like,
whoa, whoa,
what's
whoa,
happening?
whoa, whoa."
What do you mean?
I know, I get it.
I feel like did they talk to make, because, okay, here's a good example of where that works. Have you ever seen 17 again?
No.
That dude, like,
I've
what's
seen
his name?
13 to going on 30.
Yeah, well,
I'm
they
just
feel
kidding,
the
I haven't.
same. It's the same. Yeah, they feel the same. But in 17 again, he feels like a little Matthew Broderick. He gets the mannerisms right, and he does the comedy timing quite well. He may as well be a different person because he's a guy who's like.
Do you mean Matthew Broderick or do you mean Tim Allen?
No, 17 again.
Isn't that Tim Allen? Isn't Tim
No,
Allen
it's
in
Matthew Broderick.
Is it? What am I thinking of?
You're thinking of the shaggy dog. I
that?
don't
No,
know.
I'm thinking of what's the Zac Efron one?
That's 17 again.
Isn't it Tim Allen?
No!
Wow, is Matthew Broderick the old version?
He's the old version.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
He's married to Leslie Mann. in that.
Oh.
Tim Allen wouldn't be married to Leslie Mann.
He
Not in
might.
any universe.
Wow.
I don't think it fits.
Well, maybe it's just...
Because you know when he's a kid though, when he's all like, I hate family and I want to fly away from this conversation. And then when he's a superhero, he's like, whippity-doo. I'm doing that dance that kids do.
Yeah,
You
all
know
right,
what I'm talking-
I agree. But also, teenagers are raging balls of hormones, so who knows
Yes.
how he's going to act on any given day.
Sure.
But also, if you're suddenly given incredible superpowers, maybe he's a cynical kid.
Yeah.
And then when he gets the powers, he changes
Yeah,
his tune.
you might be right.
But also, I feel like a lot of what we see is maybe the first 20 minutes.
Yes.
So I think maybe it's initial excitement, and then he changes.
No, I think he's going to be Goofy for the entire thing.
All right.
Yeah. But maybe I'm wrong, Mason.
It's Matthew Perry.
What did I say?
Matthew Broderick.
Oh, I meant Matthew Perry.
Oh, did you?
I know the guy from Friends. I meant.
yeah.
No, I misspoke. But
you
I
misspoke.
meant Matthew.
Wow.
But it's certainly not Tim Allen.
I gave you plenty of chances to retract your statement.
But I know
did
it wasn't Tim Allen.
No, it was Tim Allen. I just looked it up.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't worry. I'm going to go back and edit that in. I'm going to edit me saying
Perry.
Matthew Perry.
Yes.
But no, a lot of this is like it's beat for beat what happens in the New 52. Like you get the new family and the kids on crutches, and he helps them with the bullies, and he goes into the subway and the wizard's there. It's exactly the same.
Right, okay, cool.
And again, Digimon Honsu who also plays the Green Fish Man in Aquaman.
Yeah,
he's the new
right.
Stan Lee.
Wow,
He's showing up in
yeah.
everything. Or the new Lee Winnell, depending if that's the
And he
guy.
also plays a guy we only see once in Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
That's true. Although I think he's going to be in Captain Marvel.
Ooh.
Was that right?
Ooh.
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 What else we got
Yeah, I
here?
don't know. Because I guess the comic book version of Billy Batson has always been quite, or at least maybe up until New 52, has been quite earnest.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
is he in the 52 version, New 52? Is he earnest or is he cynical?
He's a bit of he's
Okay.
he's happy to get the powers, but
right.
it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think they just went, dude, you're the funny Chuck guy. Do funny things.
Yeah, right.
Or whatever.
Okay. So you think maybe they didn't talk?
I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I'm probably wrong, but I've never been wrong. That's the thing, Mason.
Isn't it right? Yeah, right.
I like the zappy lightning on the
the
chest. I like how he's charging phones. I really like all the hints. Like his brother's got all the he's got all the newspaper clippings from the superhero events. He's got a batarang and he's got a bullet that came off Superman, and there's a bunch of stuff
Right,
he's
okay.
holding on to. I think it's got good connections.
I think so too. And
Because
that
a kid would collect that in this.
Yeah, for
kids
sure.
Collect it in this universe.
and
so-
it makes sense why when he's given the powers he doesn't turn into, some sort of ancient warrior. He turns into a colorful superhero.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the costume now?
I think it's exaggerated. I think it works though.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. It's kind of goofy, but I think it's supposed to.
Oh,
be.
absolutely, it's supposed to be goofy. There's an exclamation point in the title of the movie, so I
exactly,
think it's supposed to be goofy.
Yeah.
Look, I absolutely see your point. It didn't occur to me, but I think I'd be okay with he's a cynical kid who is hoping for something more.
Yeah.
And he believes the only thing that he believes that is good in the world is superheroes. And so once he gets the powers, maybe a lot of his cynicism is wiped away.
Okay.
That's the way I'm gonna.
Yep.
That's the way I'm gonna go with it.
I can definitely. Yep. I can hear that.
Yeah.
Because I guess everybody learns a lesson, don't they? And whatever.
That's so true.
Yeah. Do you think he's? And Billy Batson also. I mentioned this in the video. He grows up to look like that, doesn't he?
Yeah, in the
like the
Kingdom
dog back
Come
in.
miniseries.
Yeah. Is that the only one where we see him grown up?
I'm
there's
sure there's versions where I'm sure there'd be like, there'd be storylines where the Titans go into the future or something and they meet an older Billy Batson or whatever. But yeah, as far as I know, the version in Kingdom Come he looks like, because that's in the reason he looks the way he does, the reason that Shazam Captain Marvel looks the way he does is because he looks like his father.
Right. Okay.
And so that's his deceased father, and he sees him as the biggest hero of them all, which is why he looks like him. So it would make sense that he would grow up to look like his dad.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes.
Do you look like your father?
No.
Okay. Do I look like my father?
We have the same slouchy walk, though.
Okay.
It's been pointed out.
Have you thought about doing like some stretching on that to fix that up?
No, I will not.
Like various corrective weights training sessions?
No, it sounds like work.
You don't do any of that?
None of it.
Do you want to slouch forever, Mason? Or do you want to stand up tall?
I want to slouch more.
Okay. Well, just keep doing what you're doing then.
Thank you.
I think that's everything.
Oh, well.
I'm sure we've missed a really big bit of news.
Should you refresh and see if
I will
anything
just
pops
have a
up, and then
quick
we
look.
can have some
Straight
up
2000
riffage.
AD writer Rob Williams. Robbie Williams.
Oh, that's what we didn't talk
Has
about.
finished the pilot script for Dread for Mega City 1.
That's what we didn't talk about.
What?
If we're talking about 2000 AD related news, I don't think we talked about it last week. Doug Jones, director of Moon.
What's he doing?
Well,
Doug Jones?
No, not Doug Jones.
You're thinking of Matthew
I'm thinking of
Broderick.
Duncan Jones.
Yes, you are.
Duncan Jones. He put out a video where he doesn't say it outright, but he is seems to be working on a Rogue Trooper movie.
Yes.
Which is from Fleetway 2000 AD, which is the company that created Judge Dredd.
And what do you think of that? Do you think
I'm excited
they're doing their own universe? Are they the same universe?
No, they're not.
Okay.
As a kid, I was more excited about... I liked Rogue Trooper way more than I liked Dredd.
But Dredd got the Stallone movie.
Yeah, Dredd did get the Stallone movie. That's true. Yeah, so there is... Yeah, because it's a very odd... Come in.
Come in, please.
Hello, I'm very, very sorry. There's an emergency. I can't find the dummy. And I've looked and I've looked.
Ah, shit. All right.
Purple.
Does he only
It's
like
on the
one?
shelf.
He only likes
No, we've
one
only
and
got
he's
one.
cracking
It's
it.
on the shelf.
Okay.
It's on the second shelf.
It's not there.
It's 100% there because I put it there. Unless he's moved it.
Losing your mind.
Check under the spare bed upstairs. All right, I'll come up. Hang on. Everybody, I'm going to pause it.
It's a dummy emergency.
You're a bloody dummy emergency. Mason.
Oh, what? Nah.
Sorry, everybody, we're back. My son needed his dummy for his nap. We've got him off it completely, but he has it when he sleeps. And I threw it in the bin by accident. So
You threw it in the bin, or you threw
it
it in the bin out of rage
It could have been either.
or confusion?
It could have been all of those things.
Manic? You were a bit manic? You were drunk.
Yeah. Yes, I was
You were
drunk.
malnourished?
Malnourished, angry, confused.
Anxious?
Yes, drunk.
Yep.
All of those
Bit gassy?
things. I was a little bit gassy.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right, what have we got here? No, there's not really. So that's all the kind of news, I think.
Right.
Anything else?
Oh, that'll do it, I think.
So yeah, we're actually recording this just a few hours before it comes out. So it's all the hottest news you can possibly imagine.
Hot, this news.
So we're going to do a bit of a little wrap-up video, aren't we?
Yes.
On the YouTube channel, which you can check out. And the other thing is we're starting a Caravan of Garbage trilogy. I'm not sure if it's going to be in a row or we're going to space it out. We're going to look at terrible pilots for upcoming DC movies.
Not like Lee Winnell, who seems to be a great pilot.
By all accounts, he seems like a lovely pilot. And man, I mean, you haven't met him, obviously, but one of us has. Who met him out of the two of us?
There's no way of knowing, really.
Okay. We do sound the same. People can't tell us apart. But what did you think? What was your best Comic-Con thing, Mason? What do you give Shazam?
Oh, big woo.
Woo.
I think I'm definitely going to say that's my... Thank you. That's my favourite woo of the day. I think
I think mine's Harry Potter.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, and I think I liked the Harry Potter. I liked the Fantastic Beasts.
You like the Harry Potter.
And I liked Jude Law in there. I
Yep.
liked the purely hypothetical banter sketch scenario that I invented.
Yes. Oh, that was great.
That was great. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
But I feel like it is going to be quite similar to the previous one. And I think I'm going to give it to Shazam just because it's a new direction for DC that I think I'm going to enjoy.
Sure. It's a lighter tone, but it's not taking the Justice League and reshooting weird parts of it and changing the colour palette.
Exactly. It looks like somebody has decided to make some decisions and stick with those decisions.
Wow.
Do you think we're going to get a cameo of any kind? Do you think we're going to
Yes.
get Justice League? Do you think it's going to be Superman?
I think we're going to get Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's been rumours of that, but I think that's the best fit, right?
Yeah.
Apparently they were working out for Aquaman who to put in as a cameo, if anybody.
Uh-huh.
I don't think you need it as much. Like, I'm talking about an existing cameo.
Yeah, for sure. I
Unless
mean,
you do like a Green Lantern at the end or something. He's like, what's that green light? What's that green light?
what's that green light?
Yeah. All right. If people, though, have a favourite thing from Comic-Con, please let us know on Twitter.
Yes.
At Mr. Sunday Movies and at Wikipedia Brown.
Thank you.
All right, let's do what we reading.
Oh, what we going to read?
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? I've already talked about mine, Mason. I talked about Unbreakable.
Oh, I finally bought the season pass to Westworld, so I'm like 6 episodes.
And what do you
in.
think?
I'm loving it.
Do you like the fractured timeline?
Yes.
I think it's unnecessary, a lot of
I
it.
think it's fine. That being said, if somebody out there is just like, well, I didn't watch season 1, but I'll just jump in on season 2. You cannot.
Do it.
I mean, I guess you could have the same revelation that everybody did in season 1, that they were different timelines, but just in the, like, it could still happen, but I
Yeah,
think
sure.
you'd be unnecessarily confused.
Agreed.
I think this season 2 is like, they're going the Game of Thrones route, I think, which is, unless you have watched the first one, don't bother.
Did you get up to the Native American guy who's trying to figure out what's going on?
Yes.
Did you really?
I think so.
There's a whole episode dedicated to it?
Oh, they're not yet, no.
No, you'll know it when you hit
Oh,
it.
right,
then.
cool, yeah. I did get up to Shogun World,
Yeah.
which I'm very excited
I was
about.
a little disappointed in
Well, I mean,
Shogun
I
World.
think that's the point of it.
Yeah,
that
okay.
they are all carbon copies
Yeah.
of the Westworld characters.
But even
I think that's fun.
But even the aesthetic of it, I thought was just a bit kind of.
Man, I'm excited. I'm enjoying this. It's because it's it's all the plots of the first season, but they've added more and they've cranked it up.
And you know the reason why they're doing everything.
Yeah.
They've told you
But there's still more mysteries.
There's so many mysteries, Mason. And let me tell you this, it ends on a mystery also. There's a little bit of mystery. But the next season has to be something else completely different again.
It has to be?
Has to be.
Are you saying it has to be, otherwise you won't watch? Or are you saying...
No, it has... the storyline is
it must go that direction. Okay, that's
and
cool.
And I won't watch if it doesn't.
Wow.
Okay.
No, I'm still confused.
Yeah, good.
Are you saying that the way it ends, the season
okay
ends? Okay, right. Okay.
Just
I'm
watch
going to watch it.
Mason.
Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
It has to change.
No, I get it. All right. Okay. You're not... If anything, you're making it more confusing.
We got to move it along because I want to get this...
Wait, do you not have any more what we read?
I only had Unbreakable.
Okay.
I downloaded Last Days of American Crime, which you recommended a while back.
That's a Rick Remender comic
read
about the government decides to prevent people from doing crimes. That's really
With
good.
baseball bats? Is it the opposite of The Purge?
No, they use like a radio signal that prevents people from
Purging.
doing purging. Yeah,
It's opposite of The Purge. It's interesting.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
All right, should we do our next segment?
I'm more than happy to.
Letters segment. The classic one was
Letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away.
hang on to here right now. We're gonna do letters.
Mason was doing a wild fist pump.
Like I was at a rave.
You ever been to a rave?
No,
You a fan?
no.
But you've never been?
I don't like to sweat.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? You don't like to sweat? What about if you exercise?
No,
Oh.
I don't like to sweat or exercise. If you gave me the hypothetical scenario, you can do exercise and you won't sweat, I still wouldn't do it.
I like exercising to sweat. I feel better in general. I don't like sweating if I'm just in regular clothes. That's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay, Mason, if you want to reach the show, hashtag weeklyplanetpod on Twitter or shoot an email through to mason@weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
This one's just come through.
All right, then.
This is from Fox from Texas. New season of The Venture Brothers premieres August 5. You guys need to catch up any way possible. That's our friend Andrew Levin's favourite show, I believe.
What does he know?
The Venture Brothers.
Got him.
Good. You did get him. That's true.
What does he
But I
think
should
about
definitely
that?
catch up on that. I hear it's great.
Okay, cool.
And it seems right in my wheelhouse.
What's your wheelhouse?
Like a Rick and Morty, like a BoJack Horseman.
Okay.
Like an animated situation.
It sounds like a Hanna-Barbera thing from like the 60s, but it's not, is it?
No, it's not. That's true.
And that's why I'm okay
Yeah,
with that.
it's like a Johnny Future.
Johnny
What's
Future.
that guy's name again?
Johnny Quest?
Johnny Quest, thank you.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp?
No.
Okay.
No, absolutely not.
Right. I got a tweet here from Charlie Newman. Do you think Billy's foster brother in the Shazam trailer has that batarang because he's an orphan? Because Batman murdered his parents with it? Because otherwise, why would he? Otherwise, it'd be weird. He'd idolize a serial killer's weapons.
That is
why did
very
Batman v Superman not happen now?
It's a very good point.
Well, it depends how Batman's perceived in the public.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
I think because there's been news articles. There were in Batman v Superman. There were newscasts where they were like, he's branding people and killing people, and stop it, mate. Come on, what are you doing? So, potentially. That's also merch.
Yeah.
Because the
Yes, it could be,
DC universe, often it's like you can just go and buy a Superman t-shirt or a Batman t-shirt. And I guess that would make sense.
Yeah, it looks like...
I think probably Wayne Enterprises is making they manufacture
probably.
all the merch and they don't give Superman a cut.
I looked at the comparisons. It looks exactly the same. So if it's a replica, it's a good one.
Yeah.
But, people could make that.
Well, that's true,
Yeah.
I mean, if you've seen one, there's probably like... a crime scene photo.
Definitely,
or there'd be like a photo of a criminal strung up and there's a batarang next to him or whatever. So I'm sure.
Someone would have got one.
Exactly. I think it's... and it's in a little stand.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
didn't build the little stand. I think he just bought it off the
You
internet.
may have, Mason. Maybe it comes with a stand.
Good point.
What's the next question?
This is from Jonathan Warzel. Hey,
Gotcha.
Mason and James, I noticed in the trailer that Godzilla looks pregnant. I'm assuming he means the Godzilla trailer.
Does he mean Godzilla 98, Mason?
Yeah,
Does
I think
he
so,
mean
yeah.
the original Godzilla?
Yeah, perhaps Godzilla gives birth in this movie, then the mother dies, and baby Godzilla and King Kong fight in the next movie, solving the size
It does solve
differences
the side
between the
problem.
two.
But that being said, you should never ask a woman if she's pregnant or how far along.
Yep.
Ever. She could be 110 months pregnant.
She could be giving birth.
you
You could be the
do
doctor
not-
delivering the baby.
You do not
Don't ask her if she's pregnant. Don't do it.
I don't think she's pregnant. Do you think she's
No, I
pregnant?
don't think she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Godzilla has to be a...
She is big as well, generally. Like
Yeah, that's
a
what I'm
wider
saying.
base.
And this is the second biggest Godzilla.
Yeah.
So there's all the other Godzillas, and this one's the second biggest, except for the animated one on Netflix, which is like 5,000 feet tall or something.
That's too big.
It's too big. That's what I'm talking about.
How big? I'm gonna have to get one of those pictures. You know, the scales. It shows them next to each other. Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, so I don't think they wouldn't kill Godzilla because Godzilla has to be this endless, like this constant force of nature. I don't think they're going to kill. Like they did it in the 98. Yeah, the one you just watched. Because who cares? But I don't, and that'll upset a lot of people for messing with the continuity. So I think the idea it has to be the same Godzilla forever.
Fair enough.
Yes.
I got one more question here. It's from Nick Appleton. #WeeklyPlanetPod. What's the oldest movie each of you have seen, and what drove you to go and watch it? You can't include movies you saw in your classroom. I'm looking at you, Mr. Sunday Movies. Oh, man.
Oh, mate. Well, I've seen that one where the train comes at you.
That's like 4 seconds of film.
Yeah, and then we all ran away.
I remember.
No, I don't know. Mine's
probably Wizard of Oz.
Okay, I like
don't know.
Some old Buster Keaton movies. I've seen some of those, like The General, and those are good. That's a solid film.
I haven't seen.
If you've never seen The General,
no, I haven't.
Okay, it's about a train.
Did you run away from it?
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, it's unrelated though.
Yeah.
If I'm watching an old movie, it better be a train in it. All right.
I don't really go back before the 50s and 60s.
Okay.
That's kind of where I stop.
I think you would be surprised at how good this movie is.
All right. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying there's good movies don't exist.
Yeah, right.
But I'm saying like that's like my favorite era of movies is like this probably the 60s, early 70s.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I guess the mid 90s, you know, Forrest Gump, Apollo 11 or 13, the other Tom Hanks movies, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct. The General's from 1926, so that's I guess as early as I've gone.
Is it one of the earliest movies ever made? A Ned Kelly movie?
I think it is. Yeah. It's one of the first films, and it's an Australian film.
I bet it's terrible.
Obviously, it's going to be terrible. Obviously.
Yeah. All right. I think that's the show, though.
Yeah.
Mason, bring us to the end of the show.
Bring us to the end of the show. Let's see if you want to say hi to us, if you want to answer any of the burning questions that we've asked in this podcast, and I would hope you would.
Yeah.
The thing about Robin again, but slightly reworded.
Yep.
Some other things.
Yes.
Actually, I did have one more question.
Okay.
Surprising. This is from Joshua Scar. You mentioned this before, with Aquaman taking inspiration from the now defunct New 52, the costume and Shazam have all taken inspiration from New 52.
Yes.
It says, from my understanding, the New 52 was not very well received from audiences. What era of DC Comics do you think Warner Brothers should draw their inspiration from to course correct? Do you think it should be the New 52, or do you think it should be something else?
I think even... Yeah, I think the comic's okay. Yeah. I don't mind that comic, and I think it's a good one to draw from.
I think the worst part of the New 52 was probably Superman.
100%.
Not even just that they took the underpants off.
That's obviously a part of it.
But he was just weirdly... Yeah. He was, especially in his early appearances, he was very... he seemed very smug.
Yeah, he
had
did,
a weird superiority complex, which is fine... Which is, he is one of the most powerful beings in the world. Yeah. But simmer down, mate. That's not the character of Superman.
No, it's not, yeah.
So, but otherwise, I can remember thinking it was quite...
I like the new Batman.
The Batman character, that version of Batman was pretty good.
I like the new Aquaman.
Yep.
That New 52 run.
Uh-huh. But if we had to pick another era...
You know what I quite liked a lot?
Yes.
They could do this for Green Lantern. The new Green Lantern Earth 1. Have you read that?
No,
it's a different origin,
and that's the universe where everybody's not quite as good.
Yes,
they're just
but then maybe they get real good.
They're just figuring stuff out.
Yeah, but I think could be. I don't know if it even fits within this universe, but are all of the TV shows and the movies don't really connect or whatever?
Exactly,
it
doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway, I'm saying let's go back to like
old timey.
I was going to say like 1970s. We go back to that. We go back to the Neil Adams version of Batman, where he's like the suit's grey.
That means you got to do the Superman gloves. Who could do anything. Your least favorite version.
No, I would do one more.
Yeah.
If I would like one more of those, Chris Reeves Superman, 1970s Batman. He's got the cornflower blue suit, and he's got that. That weird Maserati Batmobile he had.
Vaguely,
yeah. That was a cool one. I like that one.
There will be enough Batman movies made, probably within our lifetime, that we will see that.
We'll see that again for sure.
Yeah, even if it's a bloody TV show.
Yeah.
All right, that's the show, everybody. What's up?
Oh, good point. That is a good point. Well, you can get us at our Weekly Planet Pod on Facebook and Gmail and Twitter and Bandcamp. That's where all our commentaries are.
That's correct.
You can also find us on the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group.
Yep.
You can even go to planetbroadcasting.com and sign up for our newsletter.
Yep.
Let's see, I'm at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter, and I'm also on Instagram. You can just search my name. It probably comes up. Who knows?
I'm Mr. Sunday Movies on Twitter and Mr. Sunday Graham on Instagram.
You can also follow at The Weekly Planet on Twitter. That's
Yes.
all our the great Rob Collins.
all our fun jokes.
Fun jokes and such, and fan art and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Claire putting stuff about me on Instagram. God damn it,
I
Claire.
know, right? She sold you out. She sold you out for content.
I know.
I mean, we'd do the same to her.
Yeah, in a second.
So it's absolutely...
Steele's having a great time at Comic-Con, isn't he?
Is he?
He's having
Cool.
a good time.
Nice, good for him.
Looks exhausting.
Yeah, I know. I could never do it.
Yeah.
Let's see. If you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. If you want to chuck in a buck, there's also the
You think
Amazon...
you can't chuck in a buck?
You can probably chuck in a
Think
buck.
again.
If
You might be able
wanted
to. Or you don't have to. It's
Yeah, but
fine,
you don't have to.
honestly.
Totally. Be nice.
Yeah.
You're chucking a buck. You want to buy those 3 other houses.
Yeah.
And I want to make a series of very small bets that I can just barely afford. So if you could help us out with that, that'd be great.
We'd love it.
There's also an Amazon affiliate link in our episode description.
Yes,
you can click through there and buy some Amazon stuff.
Yep.
We get a kickback that way. We've got our charity camp, Care Australia
That's
charity
still
campaign
going?
still going. If you want to donate, we're
gonna have to wrap that up soon,
I
aren't
know,
we?
potentially
Yeah.
win some prizes, or you can definitely ask us a question
Not
for our Q&A.
potentially, definitely.
You can definitely ask us a question.
And you
That's
can
true.
definitely win a prize.
We have 1 week left for our limited edition Mr. Koya shirt.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we
which
do.
has the Planet Broadcasting logo printed in it. And also
and a bunch of other little hints and
Easter eggs.
tips.
The ones you know of, which is weird silhouettes of our face. It's the most self-indulgent thing we've ever done, but also it's a great shirt, and they're ethically made, and they're very nice. I've got a whole bunch of them.
We 100% back it.
Before they were a sponsor, I enjoyed their work a whole
did.
bunch.
You were the one who brought it up. You said
get into
these.
it. And it's weird that this has happened, but I'm totally on board with it.
you should do that for more stuff.
Yes.
Get us a car, Mason. Recommend
One
a
car?
so we can
One
split
car?
a car. Yeah,
We'll split a car, okay.
Yeah.
Split a car in
half,
half, like in that movie Malcolm.
that's right. In the movie Malcolm. That
Anyway,
movie
there's
that
1 week.
nobody's
There's
seen.
one that order window closes in about a week.
Yes.
So if you want to get one, if you're on the fence, maybe get one.
Yep.
Because if you don't, we're not doing them ever again.
No.
We're just printing. Where they're stitching together as many as get ordered and no more. So
That's how we like it.
yeah, that's right. And they're good, real good shirts.
They're real good shirts.
Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all our theme musics.
Yep. Next week, I don't know.
Don't know. Yeah, what's going on? A bit of a quiet one.
Yeah.
Maybe do a topic.
We'll do a topic. Yeah.
When's Fallout coming out?
Week after.
Ah!
But I think you can actually see it this week, but not everybody
Yeah, all right.
can see it this week. I got to get back on Paramount's mailing list because
Did they ban you?
yeah, for Transformers. I've talked about it.
I still get the emails. Do you want me to get you a ticket?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll get you a ticket. I'll get you a ticket.
Good.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye. This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.